and they lost embarrassingly 7-3. Little payback would be a nice way to make the moms happy on the way back on the charter.
Well, it certainly would. And they had a day off yesterday, and they spent it with their moms. There was no planned activity as far as dinners go. So the guys got to hang out with moms or their sisters or their mother-in-laws. And, I thought they did them proud. In Minnesota, they should have won that game. In your interview with Jeff Blashill, he's as much said they were the better team. Unfortunately, they came up a little short. They did get a very important point, though. What they would love to do to finish off this mini 2-game trip with a big win. With the moms in tow, their biggest supporters, their lifelong supporters, and a win here would go a long, long way to making it a fantastic trip.
And one other thing I spoke with Jeff Blashill about this morning, and I really believe this, I think key in this game is going to be the Blackhawks penalty kill, which continues to be good. First place overall in the National Hockey League against a very good, very creative Pittsburgh Penguins power play, which was 1 for 2 against the Hawks back in December.
Yeah, very creative, but very experienced. You know, when you look at who they have on that power play, Malkin's 39, Sidney Crosby's 38, Chris Letang, 38 years of old, even 38 years of age, even Erik Karlsson in his late 30s. So they are getting it done, and it's surprising a lot of people, myself included. But this Pittsburgh Penguin team has really shocked a lot of people. And I think what has spurred them also is the trade they make. And we won't see him tonight, Stuart Skinner. But they also got Brett Kulak from the Edmonton Oilers. And they have brought some new life to this team. And they really believe in themselves because they feel they've got, two of the best goalies in the NHL right now.
Well, you wonder if we're going to see a couple of the Penguin players for the last time here, since this is the last game the Blackhawks will play against the Penguins this season. And the guy I'm going to refer to wears number 71, Yevgeny Malkin. In his 20th season in the National Hockey League, he had 3 seasons previous to his NHL career over in the KHL, but he comes to the National Hockey League in the same draft with Alex Ovechkin. He's had an exemplary career, and I believe that by the time he's done playing, they're going to be retiring number 71 to the rafters here in Pittsburgh. But 71, Yevgeny Malkin, a big player for this Penguin team for 2 decades.
Yeah, how could you let that guy go? I mean, he is homegrown. They love him here in Pittsburgh. And look what he's done his last 12 games, John. He's got 7 goals and 9 assists. And that's coming back from an injury where it was his shoulder, a frozen shoulder, which is kind of an old man injury. That's something that we normally get. But here's a guy who's almost 40 years of age. I think he said as much in the paper a couple of weeks ago. He said he'd come back to be a Pittsburgh Penguin and play goal. So he wants to be back. I don't think he's going to want a lot of money, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit if a deal gets done before the end of the year.
It's kind of hard to give up a lifestyle that's been so good to you, and it's just so much fun. All right, Steve, get to some sponsored items now. Who's going to deliver? Sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Air Conditioning, electric heat pumps for a better environment inside and out. Visit getacomfyhome.com. I'm going with Tyler Bertuzzi. We talked about this in the morning skate. Steve and I did. I just got a feeling about Tyler Bertuzzi. I thought he was close in Minnesota. I think tonight he cashes in. Keys for the game, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Steve's got those keys.
Well, John, we kind of talked about it. Watch the old Penguins. And the old Penguins are Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, 38 and 39 years of age, respectively. These guys are leading the team. And it's not the young guys, it's the old guys. They're setting the example, and they are very, very good. Secondly, score the first goal. And this is a key last game, and the Blackhawks did it. Unfortunately, they didn't win. But Pittsburgh, John, is 11-2-2 in their last 15 games. That's since Pittsburgh beat the Chicago Blackhawks. In the 11 wins, they've scored the game's first goal. In the 4 losses, they gave up the first goal. So that is a key. And then finally, moms give you strength. This is the end of the moms trip for the Blackhawks, and I think they really want to win one for their moms.
I like it. All right, finally, Steve, who are you banking on tonight? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
Well, it's the low-hanging fruit, Connor Bedard. He's been all over the puck, especially last game. He was kind of mad at himself for not scoring. I thought he played great, but he has a very high expectation of himself. Connor Bedard is my guy.
And he made his NHL debut in this building 3 seasons ago. Let's send it down to ice level. Pick up Jeff Jimerson, our anthem singer. Hawks fans, please enjoy our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, thanks to Jeff Jimerson with our Star-Spangled Banner. Let's get to the starting lineups. In goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins is going to be Arturs Shilovs. He won in the game against the Blackhawks. In his career, he's 3-0-0. He'll play for Latvia in the upcoming Olympics. At defense for the Pens are Brett Kulak and Chris Letang. Up front from left to right, Connor Dewar starts at left wing. Centering the Pens' opening line, Blake Lizotte. Starting at the right wing, Noel Achari. For the Blackhawks, it's Arvid Soderblom in goal. He is 0-2-0 in his career against the Penguins. And at defense are Connor Murphy and Matt Grzelcyk. Up front from left to right, Tyler Bertuzzi starts at left wing. Centering the Hawks' opening line, Jason Dickinson, who was 15 for 19 on draws in Minnesota. And starting at the right wing is going to be Ilya Mikheyev. Referees this evening are Eric Furlat and Furman South. Handling the lines are Johnny Murray and Sean Oliver. Now to center ice we go. Drop of the puck, we're underway. Lizotte wins this draw. Back to the Penguin blue line, and we're underway. Letang will skate it through center ice and dump the puck to the inboards Hawk zone. Murphy back to slap it away from Lizotte. Now Dickinson does to the near corner to Grzelcyk. And he played for Pittsburgh last year on this ice surface, had a career year. He shoves the puck to center ice. It's flipped back into the Hawk zone quickly by Dewar. Taken back now by Connor Murphy in the far corner. He'll hold it as the Hawks assemble for their breakout. Penguins in a line change, by the way. Murphy, Hawk line. Snaps a pass ahead. Andre Burakovsky, Penguin blue line. He deflects it into the right wing corner. Brett Kulak on the puck there. Passing up the left wing to Sid the Kid. Sidney Crosby to Noel Achari coming by at center ice on the left wing. And he'll guide the puck down behind the Hawk net with a backhander. Alex Vlasic takes a hit and the puck. Moves it around up the left wing side. Andre Burakovsky goes rink wide with a pass to Louis Crevier, who shot it in from center ice. That's into the glove of Shilovs. And he'll hold on to it. We'll get a face-off from the circle to his left. No score. We've played 52 seconds.
Always been impressed with Arturs Shilovs, of course, the goalie they got from the Vancouver Canucks, and got to watch him play quite a bit in Vancouver. He is 3-0-0, as you mentioned, against the Chicago Blackhawks. But how about the Blackhawks on the road, John? 4-0-1 in their last 5 games away from the United Center, and they have started these games very, very well.
Draw one by the Pens. Erik Karlsson to it. Carries behind his net. Thanks a pass up the right wing, and now he'll collect the puck at center ice. And carry in over the Hawk blue line on the right wing. And Vlasic reaching in. Polk checks the puck away over to Crevier, who sends it up the right wing side. At center ice, here's Connor Bedard. Gave it to Frank Nazar over the Penguin blue line. You heard that late whistle cut the air offside of the Hawks, so they'll face it off just out at center ice in front of the Pens bench.
Yeah, Connor Bedard line was out there, and now they're going to bring the Jason Dickinson line out. Connor Bedard, his last game probably his best since returning from the shoulder injury. Should have had a goal. He did put one off the post, and then Teuvo Teravainen picked up the loose chain. So he got the assist on that play. But watch for him. He had 8 shots in that game. Watch for him to have a special game here tonight.
Now Ryan Shea off the faceoff shoves the puck ahead and down into the Hawk zone off a deflection. Wyatt Kaiser in the near corner battling against the aforementioned Yevgeny Malkin. Puck comes out, taken back by the Penguin Yegor Chinakhov, who clears to center ice, and then Malkin plays it back into the Hawk zone, and this is offside. So Yegor Chinakhov, who comes over from the Columbus Blue Jackets, who the Blackhawks will see tomorrow night. The big kid, first-round draft pick of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and seeing some action here with Pittsburgh. He didn't have to go far after the trade, did he?
No, just not that far a drive, is it, from Columbus to Pittsburgh? Boy, he's been a real nice fit here for Kyle Dubas, their general manager, Dan Muse, the head coach, and really fit in well. If Kenny Malkin being on that line, the 2 Russians, I think that helps the transition, makes the transition a lot easier. This kid can fire a puck.
Yeah, you have to go through Wheeling, West Virginia, by the way, to get here. On the
Sounds like you've made that drive before.
I have. Down beside the Hawk net, Arvid Soderblom sticks the puck in behind and up the left wing side. Nazar stabs it out to center ice in front of the penalty boxes. Veteran Chris Letang there to lift it diagonally off the left corner boards Hawk zone. Artyom Leshchinov gathering it in there. He'll fire it off of a stick and down ice. It goes wide to the net, so no icing is called off of that deflection. And now Letang will rip it back up ice. This misses all of his teammates and goes down. Icing is the call against Pittsburgh.
Well, John, I mentioned an uneven start to this game. Both teams kind of feeling themselves out. We should point out that the Pittsburgh Penguins have not played since last Sunday. So basically 3 days off between games. But it was a very successful West Coast trip for them. They ended up winning all 4 games. I believe they started in Winnipeg, went Calgary, Edmonton, and then finished up in Vancouver.
Now we get a whistle off this next faceoff. Ben Kindle, the second youngest player in the National Hockey League, just took that draw, but now he's going to be tossed off the dot. Oh, actually, now he's going to be asked to get back in there. Ben Kindle, a first-round draft pick of the Penguins last summer, wins this draw into the near corner to Letang. Snaps a pass up the right wing to center ice to Anthony Mantha, former Detroit Red Wing, who played 6 seasons for Jeff Blashill there and 1 season in Grand Rapids. He lost the puck into the Hawk zone, however, and now Matt Grzelcyk sticks a pass ahead off Oliver Moore's stick and down behind the Penguin net into the right wing corner. Mantha got to it there, shot it behind the net up the near side, and Rutger McGroarty will play the puck over to Chris Letang. Head to Anthony Mantha, center ice on the left wing to Ben Kindle at the Hawk blue line. That pass was in his skates as he took it across, and offside is the call. So they'll face it off just outside the Hawk blue line. Just one observation I'll share with you, Steve. Long road trip for the Penguins, very successful. They've come back home. Sometimes hockey teams that are so successful like that on the road can come back and be flat for a period.
Yeah, that's a good observation. I think the human nature is you're home, you tend to relax a little bit. All the fans are on your side, obviously. They're cheering for you, and you think it's going to be easy. And, in the NHL, there's no easy game. So I just haven't liked the start to this game because it's been uneven, a lot of whistles. It would favor the Blackhawks to be end-to-end action. They could really use their speed against an older Pittsburgh team.
In the Penguin zone in the deep slot, a shot from Wyatt Kaiser blocked out high by Noel Acciari of the Pens. Kaiser grabs his own rebound and put a backhander down the right wing glass around the left wing half boards to Nick Foligno. Shoves it in behind the net. Ryan Donato there. He had a goal in Minnesota. Put the puck to the left point. Kaiser sends it right point left off. Back to Kaiser. Floats it toward the net. Deflected on goal. And where is the puck? It's in Shilov's equipment, and he doesn't know where it is. He's actually looking back into the back of the Penguin net. And where is the puck?
What an opportunity this was. Great job by Wyatt Kaiser to get this puck through. It goes off the end boards, and I don't know why. It looked like Ryan Donato had an excellent opportunity and maybe just blocked out a little bit. Yeah, couldn't get to that loose biscuit. It ends up, I believe, under Shilov's, and nobody could locate the puck.
It was actually behind the top of his leg pad, Steve, his left knee.
Okay.
And the linesman reached in and pulled it out of there. So
perfect.
All right.
And tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Crisp, refreshing, and only 95 calories. Flight, the next generation of light beer.
Dickinson wins a draw from Crosby out to the line. Vlasic fires. That's blocked. Carlson with a lead pass. Missing Crosby goes all the way down. And again, we get icing. Another whistle, Steve.
Wow. That by my count, and it's unofficial, that's 6 icings. And we're just about 3.5 minutes into this hockey game.
You think somebody might have like an icing bonus in their contract?
I don't. Well, unless it's a referee. Yeah, linesman possibly. But this is game number 1,250 for Yevgeny Malkin tonight. 1,250 games. That's quite a career.
Certainly is. Here's Ricard Raquel down the left wing into the Hawk zone, carrying behind the net, loses the puck into the right wing corner. Got it back. Raquel now behind the net, giving a shove down to the ice from behind by Vlasic, and Vlasic comes up with the puck. Passing it a Hawk line, Tyler Bertuzzi. Jason Dickinson over the Penguin line. Drops it at the left point for Ilya Mikheyev. He tried to toss it back, picked off by Justin Brazeau. Moving it ahead to Carlson, back to Brazeau in the Hawk zone, right circle. He immediately draws company from Louis Crevier and could not get a shot away. Good defense by Louis. Here's Raquel right point to the puck. Moves it out to the left point to Parker Wotherspoon. He'll flip it down to the left wing boards. Brazeau has Crevier leaning all over him again. They're like a cheap overcoat. And Crevier comes out with the puck. Crevier moving to center ice up the right wing. Slings a slow one down ice into the Penguin zone. Not far enough for icing, but far enough for the Hawks to get a line change.
Well, Justin Brazeau, you're right. He was kind of straightened up by Louis Crevier. Brazeau's a big boy, too, 6'6", 232, but Louis Crevier, 6 feet 8 inches, 230 pounds. And, that's a lot of human being in a very small piece of ice.
I would bet you they played against one another in the Quebec League at one point.
Well, they might have, yeah.
In behind the Hawk net, Evgeny Malkin tried to set the puck that was into the skates, however, of Wyatt Kaiser. Malkin got it back, sent it to the right wing boards, and the puck is misplayed in between the circles to Teuvo Teravainen. To Kaiser. He's over the Penguin line on the left wing, but this play is going to be whistled down on the offside, so they'll do it again at center ice. No score in the game.
And tonight's Coaches Challenges are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with 8 specialties ranked among the top 10 in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. The teams at Northwestern Medicine offer second opinions for the toughest conditions. And this is kind of slogging hockey. It's not pretty, and it hasn't been fast yet. Things could change, but sometimes that happens. Teams kind of feeling themselves out, especially teams from opposite conferences. The Eastern Conference versus a Western Conference team, you only see each other twice a year. And right now, not a heck of a lot going on.
Hawks win the draw, get the puck into the Penguin zone along the right wing boards. Teravainen put it to the right wing corner. Connor Bedard fighting off a check, then is compressed into the inboards by Ilya Solovyov. And now Bedard's got the puck out near the high slot. Solovyov, by the way, in his Pittsburg Penguin debut. Kaiser from the left point. Moves it right point. Artyom Leshinov down to Bedard, right wing corner. He'll carry behind the net, away to the near corner, then turn and carry in behind. Bedard in the right wing corner. Put it around. Leshinov along the right boards to Teravainen. Bottom of the right wing circle. Floats it across in front of the Penguin net to the left corner. Bedard to Kaiser. Moving down the slot. He fires a shot, and that deflects over the net. Solovyov will punch it up the left wing side. Anthony Mantha, Pittsburgh line. Headman pass for Kindle into the Hawk zone along the right wing side. He's hit as he unloads a pass in front. And this is centered up the slot, intended for Connor Dewar, but off his stick. Andrei Burakovsky carrying back to the Penguin blue line is taken down to the ice, and a penalty is going to be called. The Hawks are going to come back with a Sitco power play when we return. 13:49 left in the first here in Pittsburgh. Hawks and Penguins, no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Have you lived in your home for decades, ready to downsize and get rid of the stuff that's been weighing you down? Smith Village Senior Living Community in historic Beverly is the perfect place for you. Enjoy modern apartment home living where the entire community is your home. Fitness center, salon, restaurant-style dining, and hundreds of activities each month. Come see it for yourself. Visit smithvillage.org to schedule a tour today. That's smithvillage.org.
Hey, it's Ryan Donato. Listen to Bob Surratt weekdays at 6 a.m. on WGN Radio.
Well, your seat at the United Center is waiting, Blackhawks fans. You can now officially place your new membership deposit for the 2026-2027 season to receive early bird pricing, priority seating with pre-sale access, and complimentary tickets to a select game this season. Place your deposit now at blackhawks.com/memberships.
Well, this is going to be a Sitco power play. Score savings in every fill-up with Club Sitco. Download the app now to start saving. Face-off circle to the right of Artur Shilofs. It's going to be the Four Seasons face-off. Your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and generators. Teuvo Teravainen facing off with Noel Achari. Providence College product. He was the captain of that 2015 team that won the NCAA D1 championship. In the right wing circle, Teravainen works the puck free to the right boards. Bertuzzi to Oliver Moore, right point. Moore to Levshunov, deep slot. To Bedard, top of the left circle. Cuts into the high slot, hit the brakes, put it back to the left wing corner now. Bertuzzi to Bedard, top of the left wing circle. Holding his position there. To Bertuzzi, bottom of that circle. Back to Bedard now along the left half boards. Moves out top of the circle, then to the slot and fires. And Letang got his foot in front of that, blocks it away. And the puck is now cleared down ice by Kulak as Letang will limp to the Penguin bench.
Really aggressive penalty kill here by the Pittsburgh Penguins. They don't give you a lot of room and space, and an excellent block by Chris Letang.
Hawks were 0 for 3 against the Penguins at the United Center. Puck is shot into the Penguin zone by Bertuzzi. Now Bertuzzi took it back top of the left circle to Moore on the right wing board. Here's Moore back across to Bedard, top of the left wing circle. Holding the puck there, put it to the bottom of the circle. Bertuzzi carrying behind the net. Round to the right corner, sets up the high slot. Levshunov over to Bedard, top of the left circle. He'll carry the puck through the high slot over into the right wing circle, then right corner. Behind the back pass, top of the right circle. Teravainen put it in front. Bertuzzi shoots, and a stick save made by Sheelovs. In the left wing corner, Bedard, outnumbered by a couple of pins, lost the puck. Held in, however, at the left point. Levshunov to Bedard through the high slot. Tried to fire on goal. That's blocked. Loose puck into the right wing corner. Teravainen's got it. 26 seconds on the power play. Teravainen comes out of the right wing corner in front of the net and fires. Sheelovs is down with a save. Bedard with a rebound will fire. That's blocked. Bedard from the slot will fire off the crossbar. The puck ricochets to the near boards. 14 seconds on the power play. Teravainen left point. To Bedard in the high slot area. He'll move with the puck to the right point and leave it there for Oliver Moore, being bothered by Wotherspoon. Puck lays inside the line, cleared down ice by Raquel, actually up into the Hawks bench. And just as the penalty time is up on Connor Dewar, and the Penguins have come back to full strength. I thought we might get a delay of game penalty on that last sequence of play, but nope. Hawks 0 for 1 on the power play, and the score remains tied at no score.
Yeah, well, they had at least a couple shots, and one that was rang off the crossbar by Connor Bedard. Really liked the puck movement. They were trying to get it to the middle. Tyler Bertuzzi had an opportunity from in close, the redirection up top by Oliver Moore down to Bert in front of the net. But unfortunately, weren't able to penetrate or get it by Sheelovs.
Pittsburgh is one of 3 NHL teams Connor Bedard has not scored a goal against, and we'll see if that changes tonight. Meanwhile, Mantha flings the puck down ice to the Hawk blue line. Jason Dickinson back to get it there. Shot it back to center ice. Crosby gathers in the puck for the Penguins. Races into the Hawk zone, right corner. Drops it back. A shot from the right point off the stick of Shea. That's turned wide with a blocker save by Soderblom. Loose puck in the right wing corner. Brazeau hit there by Dickinson. Put the puck behind the Hawk net to Crosby. Back to Brazeau along the right wing boards. His last encounter with the Blackhawks, he had a career night, including a hat trick. Now Crevier to the puck deep in the Hawk zone. Fires up the right wing side to center ice. Shea intercepts and sends it across the ice into the Penguin zone. Mantha's got it there. Hands it to Ilya Solovyov in front of his net. And his Penguin debut, he'll fire it up ice off the stick of Chinakhov into the right wing corner, Hawk zone. Chinakhov to get the puck, put it back up the boards. Held in by Letang at the line. So Kulak down the left wing to the corner. Kulak put it behind the net. Kindle got a pass up the slot. This is picked off by Frank Nazar, and he'll skate it through center. Over the Penguin line. Nazar dropping it to Green. Top of the right circle. Fed this up. Murphy shoots. He scores! Connor Murphy with a laser of a wrist shot over the glove of Sheelovs. And the Hawks draw first blood 1-0. The goal at 9:32 of period number 1.
And
no doubt about that.
Certainly not. With that goal, it's time to bring out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila. And love the speed coming up the ice by Frank Nazar. He eventually spots Green. Green gets it over to Connor Murphy. Whoa, what a shot. That's just an unbelievable snapshot by Connor Murphy. You know, the Blackhawk defenseman had only scored 2 goals over the last 10 games. Connor Murphy, and that was against, I believe it was the Carolina Hurricanes and Wyatt Kaiser, but now it's Connor Murphy again, and he gives them the all-important first goal. Great transition goal by the Blackhawks, going from defense to offense, finding the trailer, and Connor Murphy puts it home.
Murphy at 9:32, his 3rd goal in the season from Green and Nazar, and the Hawks have a 1-0 lead. Here's Donato down the left wing into the Penguin zone, stopping in the circle. Put it back to the left point. Grizzly moves it to Murphy, right point, sends it in on goal. and it's kicked out of there by Seeloss with the right pass.
He didn't even see that. He just felt it come off his pad. Good job of the Blackhawks just getting in front, taking away his eyes.
Soloviev in the far corner, passing the puck up the left wing. Rutger McGroarty shot it to the Hawk blue line. This is picked off by Matt Grzelcyk. Quick pass to Colton Dock. He takes the puck over the Penguin line down the left wing. With Shea in tow, carries behind the net. Oh, and then Oliver Moore runs into one of the referees who bites the dust in the far corner, but he's back on his feet as the Penguins come back up ice. Parker Wotherspoon shot it down into the Hawk zone, and in behind the net, Ricard Raquel reaching for the puck, could not get to it. Ilya Mikheyev in the far corner takes it away for the Hawks. Artem Levshinov to Oliver Moore. Moore now at center ice on the right wing, front of the Hawks bench. Tried to hand it off, but Crosby picks it off. Head to Brazeau with the Hawk line right circle. He'll fire, and that deflects off the glass. Around it goes to Mikheyev, just inside the Hawk line on the right wing, and he'll put the puck down behind the Hawk net to Crevier. He and Wyatt Kaiser now play catch with the puck in the Hawk zone.
That's a really nice deflection by Louis Crevier. You mentioned Justin Brazeau had the hat trick last time against Chicago. He got a stick on that shot and put it harmlessly over the crossbar.
Blake Lazat down the left wing into the Hawk zone with a puck, drops into the corner. Then Kindle there will stick it in behind the net around to the right wing corner. Achari chasing it down, but beaten to the puck by the Hawks. Tyler Bertuzzi worked it free to the corner. Oh, Vlasic had his feet swept out from underneath him. No call. In front of the net, Kindle fires. He scores. So for Ben Kindle, that's 3 goals in his past 2 games. All of it happening in the Hawks' end after Alex Vlasic was down on the ice and could not defend. A little unsure why a penalty wasn't called there, but it wasn't, and we're tied at 1.
Well, right away, both defensemen looked at the referee, wanting to know why there wasn't a call on the play. Blake Lazat clearly took out the legs of Alex Vlasic, and it looks like Connor Dewar is going to be given credit for this goal. He ended up with a loose puck in front, and it's no surprise why, because the Blackhawks kind of outnumbered with Vlasic on his back. He was slow getting up, and Connor Dewar with the spin-around shot puts it right behind Arvid Soderblom. I don't think Soderblom saw it.
So a good call by you, Steve. Connor Dewar on the goal. 1-1 is the call as we return the play. Here's Connor Bedard at center ice on the right wing, taking a pass and lifting it into the Penguin zone. Quickly cleared to center ice by Soloviev. Got it ahead to Chinakhov over the Hawk line down the left wing. He put it in front of the net, and it's punched in on goal. That off the stick of Thomas Novak, but turned out of there by Arvid Soderblom. Back the other way, Bedard enters the Penguin zone. Had it knocked off his stick to center ice. Recovered by Matt Grzelcyk, who was tripped at the Penguin blue line. And this time they didn't miss it. We'll have another Hawk power play when we return. 7:57 left in period number 1 here in Pittsburgh. Tied up at 1. And this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Connor Murphy. Puck drops here. WGN Radio, home of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, already ready? Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more. All in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready.
Your heart. You'd never think to purposely stop it from pumping. I'm Tara. And when my team at Northwestern Medicine discovered a deadly malformation in my brain, my cardiologist and neurosurgeon said the only way to treat it was by stopping my heart. And that's exactly what they did. 12 times.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, nationally ranked for neurology and neurosurgery by U.S. News and World Report, Tara's unique condition required a unique team. Collaborating like never before, her team temporarily stopped Tara's blood flow, allowing the catheter to more easily travel through her veins to reach and obliterate the brain malformation.
Stopping my heart saved my life. You don't hear that every day.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
We're trying, Chris, and the Chicago Blackhawk Alumni Association is proud to continue its college scholarship program in 2026 for the most deserving Illinois high school hockey players. Applicants must be applying and planning on attending college as a full-time student, and winners of the award will receive $7,500 annually over the course of 4 years. The scholarship application is available online through February 1st at blackhawksalumni.com/application.
Well, Novak was sent off for 2 minutes for tripping. This is another Sitco power play. And we'll get to the prompt in just a minute. We'll get to it right now. Score savings on every fill-up with Club Sitco. Download the app now to start saving. Well, the Hawks did get away a couple of shots on their first power play. Let's see what they do here on the second. Steve told you a couple of times that the Penguins do a great job of pressuring on their penalty kill, as the Hawks do gain the Pittsburgh blue line, but Oliver Moore got ahead of the puck and it slapped down ice into the Hawk end. Back to get it, Artyom Levshunov. They'll move it to Bertuzzi, Hawk line, left wing. Dropping it back now to Teravainen. He gave it to Bedard. He held up at the Penguin blue line. Teravainen had fallen into the Penn zone. Bedard took a loop back to center ice and lifts the puck to the left wing corner Penguin zone. Wotherspoon clears it up the right wing boards to Lizotte, and he'll backhand it the rest of the way.
That'll happen. 3 clears by the Pittsburgh Penguins, and a minute's gone already on the power play. So Blackhawks didn't have much of a problem making the offensive blue line on the first power play. This one's a different story.
Nazar gains the Penguin zone, drops the puck into the right wing corner to himself, and then gets ripped into the boards pretty hard there by Solovyov, but he bounces off the glass and the ice. He's back on his feet, and Solovyov immediately gets company from Colton Dach, maybe making an appointment for later. Hawks are on a power play.
I like to see that. Solovyov's a big boy, too. He's 6'3", 210 pounds, and that's just a subtle little message by Colton Dach, who, has been in and out of the lineup the last little bit. He gets back in the lineup tonight. He did not play against the Minnesota Wild. And great to see not only back in the lineup, but he's on the second unit power play, so good for Docker.
The puck deflected up out of play into the Penguins' end in the netting. Face-off circle to the right of Shilovs. Solovyov grabs the puck off the draw. He's thrown down to the ice there by Burakovsky. Puck comes free around to the right wing corner. Nazar's got it there. Flings it out to the deep slot. Grzelcyk still looking for his first Blackhawk goal. Grzelcyk again at the line. Leaving it high slot. Nazar put it down bottom of the right circle. Colton Dach to Nazar in the money spot. He'll fire, and that's into the glove of Shilovs, and he'll hold on. I mentioned the money spot. That's that area in between the circles, about, what would you say, 15, 20, 30 feet out, Steve?
Yeah, well,
prime shooting position.
He may be a little farther because he was backing out, and I'm talking about Frank Nazar, but he has to. Well, you're up against a penalty kill. They're very structured. They know the lanes they want to take away. You've got to almost be moving before you shoot it, and Frank Nazar was backing up. Colton Dach put it right in the wheelhouse, and a nice high-rising shot that Shilovs just fought off.
Face-off circle to Shilovs' left. Hawks control. Grzelcyk from the high slot will fire. Lizotte blocked that with his skate. Puck taken back by Kindle. Ahead to Lizotte. Over the Hawk blue line on the right wing. He's caught there by Nazar. Lost the puck. Grzelcyk's got it behind the Hawk net, but the Penguins are now at full strength. Novak out of the box. Louis Crevier center ice in front of the Hawks bench. Fires the puck down off the left corner boards. Penguin zone. Bounces out to Chris Letang. A home run pass onto the stick of Brazeau into the Hawk zone. Isn't going to matter as the whistle blows, because the boys are talking things over in front of the benches in close quarters, and the linesmen have to circle in and pry everybody apart. 5:43 left in the first period here in Pittsburgh, tied up at 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Tired of losing power when it storms? Call Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric today for a free estimate on a whole home standby generator. Never be without power again. Fully installed systems starting at just $99 a month. How about your sump pump, your fridge, or your freezer, your garage doors, your heating and cooling? You can stay comfortable and safe in your home all year long. Four Seasons is the largest and most award-winning Generac dealer in Illinois and Northwest Indiana.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. When injuries slow you down, you need a team that knows how to get you back in the game. At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, their highly trained professionals work together to deliver empathetic, timely, and efficient patient care so you can move better, live better. And if an injury happens after hours, they've got you covered with IBJI Ortho Access beyond their regular clinic hours. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Learn more at IBJI.com. That's IBJI.com.
Hey, it's Jason Dickinson. Don't miss a moment. Stream the game on WGNradio.com.
Well, thanks, Jason. And the Blackhawks are back at home tomorrow for another Friday night hockey showdown presented by Modelo. Make sure to join us at the United Center as the Columbus Blue Jackets are in town for the first time this year. And that's not all. The first 2,000 fans in attendance will receive an exclusive Modelo Blackhawks hat. Secure your spot today at blackhawks.com/tickets. And how about those Columbus Blue Jackets, John?
Yep.
They're on a little bit of a roll now under head coach Rick Bowness, a former coach of mine with the Ottawa Senators. Bones came out of retirement, 71 years of age, and team's winning some hockey games.
Certainly are. Their captain, Boone Jenner, always high-character kid, strong leader for that team. They just made a trade with the Penguins and acquired Danton Heinen. And we'll see, I believe we'll see Elvis Merzlikins, the other Latvian goaltender that made their Olympic team. There's one other that I'm not thinking of, but I think we will see him tomorrow night unless we see the other kid. Anyway, all happening tomorrow night at the United Center. Come join us. Should be a great hockey game. Teams 4 against 4. The Hawks have scored 1 goal, had 1 against in this situation. The Penguins have allowed 1, have not scored 1. Inside the Hawk zone, the Penguins have the puck. Now Kulak flings it back to center ice unintentionally. Slides down to the Penguin blue line. Ricard Raquel there to Sidney Crosby, Penguin captain in his 21st season. A thread needle pass ahead for Raquel, misses and goes down. Icing is the call against the Pens.
Well, Sidney Crosby, the ageless wonder, mentioned his age, 38 years of age. He'll be 39 later this year. He leads the team with 57 points. He's got 17 more points than any other player on the team. And if you look at his 27 goals, John, he's on pace for 43. If he keeps it up for the rest of the year and barring any injuries, that'd be the 3rd highest in his 21-year NHL career. So good for him. I think it's good for the NHL, too. And it's certainly been good for this franchise. Pittsburgh, one of the better attended buildings in the entire NHL.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building, too. The fact that Crosby, at this point in his career, I mean, he's been in the NHL a long time, but the fact that he's 4 points behind one of the all-time greats in Steve Yzerman, I mean, that just screams at me, Hall of Fame. How can you not? I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer in every way.
Absolutely.
Now inside the Penguin zone, Bedard chasing down the puck will backtrack to center ice with it, down to the Hawk blue line, then turn up ice through center ice and over the Penguin line. Got by a check and then carries into the right circle. Looks like he caught a stick there from Kulak. Nothing called. Letang with a pass in front of his net there to Raquel. Back to Letang now behind the net. To Kulak in front. He'll carry back in behind and then out.
John, you pointed out the stick by Kulak. Then it was Sheloff's, the goalie, kind of cross-checking, slashing at young Connor Bedard in front of the net. So, I think they're going out of their way to be really hard on young Connor Bedard.
Here's Yevgeny Malkin turning over the center ice circle, putting on a puck-handling exhibition. Moves it into the Hawk zone along the left wing boards to Novak. He's summarily crunched into the boards by Moore. Penguins retain the puck. Erik Karlsson to Novak in the left wing corner now. He is rubbed off the puck there by Levshunov. Parker Wotherspoon in to get it. He is hip-checked off the puck by Oliver Moore. Fellow Minnesotan Wyatt Kaiser pulls it free, and he is tripped now by Malkin. Another penalty is going to be called here. And I think they're both going off. I believe this referee, Eric Furlot, is saying that Wyatt Kaiser embellished this call and fell too easily.
Well, let's listen to the call first and see if we can pick it up.
Pittsburgh 971, non-employee tripping. Chicago 44, 2 minutes embellishment.
I don't know about that little can opener there, but
some people don't think that you can. There can be a penalty and an embellishment, and in this case, I don't see the embellishment. You're right; it was a can opener. That stick was between his legs. There's no way he couldn't fall, and I think the referee just had a bad angle on it because Wyatt Kaiser was the last guy in the world that would fall. That stick, it was kind of like we used to call it a can opener back in the day, between the legs. And as Kaiser tried to bring his right leg in front of the other leg, there was a stick there. It knocked him head over heels, and they said that's embellishment. That's anything but an embellishment. But anyway, they've missed a couple now. Why make that? Alex Vlasic was tripped in the corner, and no call on that play.
Penalties at 16-10, and the side still remain 4 against 4. Now Vlasic carrying out of the Hawk zone to center ice over the Penguin line. Vlasic on the left wing side, carrying the puck to the corner. Runs into a couple of Penguins behind the net. Puck poked free by Carlson. Ahead to Wotherspoon. He'll skate it ahead to center. Give it to Brazeau over the Hawk line on the right wing. Centers the puck. Ryan Donato back was able to poke it free to the inboards. Then Raquel had it pulled off his stick. And now Nazar tried to clear it out. Picked off by Brazeau to Crosby, right wing corner. Put it in the high slot. A long shot from Wotherspoon is blocked in front by Vlasic, who is laying down on the ice. And now Nazar will escape the Hawks end with the puck. He splits the 2 Penguin defenders, skates the puck into the Penguin zone to the left wing corner, then turns up the boards, holding on to it there. Then he's finally checked down to the boards. Brazeau will stick the puck behind the Pens net, and Carlson will take it out of there. Here's Carlson with the puck in behind the Penguin net, holding it there for a moment. Now he'll start up. Carlson between the circles, passing to center ice. Big Anthony Mantha. Mantha, first-round draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings, moving it ahead to the Hawk blue line. It comes free, and a shot from high slot by McGroarty is turned out of there. And a backhand shot now by Mantha is gobbled up by Arvid Soderblom, and he'll hold on to the puck in the Hawk crease. Whistle stopping play. And a face-off back inside the Hawk zone in the circle to Soderblom's left.
I'll tell you what, Arvid Soderblom has been very good in this hockey game. And you mentioned his last start. He only allowed 1 goal against the Tampa Bay Lightning, but he took the shutout loss, stopped 30 of 31 shots. He's 2-1-1 in his last 4 starts, which ain't bad. And the big Swedish netminder has his mom over from Sweden, and I'm sure he's going to be trying to put on his best performance tonight. Although I did talk to his mom. This is her 4th time over to North America this year already.
Wow.
And, of course, Elmer Soderblom plays in Detroit. And they have a daughter, Vera, who plays basketball in South Carolina.
Just going to say quite a bit of height in that Soderblom family. And Elmer, you talked about, I think he's 6'8". Yeah. Arvid's a good 6'4".
Yeah.
And his mom's a tall woman, too.
So she is, and Vera's a little over 6 feet. So, very, very tall Swedish family.
Ryan Green steals the puck in the Penguin zone, moves down the slot and fires. Sheloff makes the save with the pads. Burakovsky in the left wing corner with a bank pass to the left point. This misses Matt Grzelcyk and goes down into the Hawk end. Soderblom plays the puck immediately up the left wing, off the stick of Burakovsky into the Penguin zone. Letang back to get it now. Quick pass on the right wing. Connor Dewar, Hawk zone, is off his stick. Vlasic put the puck to the near boards. Connor Bedard's got it, and he'll break up ice to center ice. Bedard, the Penguin line, took it across, gave it to Teravainen, left wing circle, moves in and fires, and Sheloff is down with a butterfly save. Whistle stops play. We're down to 1:39 left in period number 1. 1-1 is the score, and now Malkin and Wyatt Kaiser are released from captivity out of each penalty box.
Well, 1-1 the score. 9-7, though, in favor of the Blackhawks in shots. And just to finish up on Arvid Soderblom, his mom told me that Grandma Soderblom, big fan of Arvid's, listens on radio because she can't get it on TV. So she listens to WGN. So, Grandma, I hope you're listening back home. I guess I'd probably be too late there right now. But I think some of the afternoon games that she can possibly get, and maybe she's not sleeping tonight. So if you are, hello from chilly Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and Grandma Soderblom, Lika Till, and Inga Prolim. That's all I know in the Swedish dialect. Here's Kaiser with a long wrist shot from the right point, and that's into the glove of Sheloff, and he'll hold it. 1:13 on the clock. Face-off circle to Sheloff's left. But Kaiser, we talked about this in the morning skate, how great of a skater and a puck handler he is and the smart decisions he always makes. What a plus he's been to this team.
Really has. I think eventually, and I talked to Charlie in the pregame show, eventually he may get a look on the power play. He's so good at moving pucks east-west on the blue line, getting shots through. I love his tenacity on the puck. And, I know he was victimized last game a couple of times in front of the net. He's going to learn from that. He's going to get better at taking men, making sure that he takes the stick. And that's all part of becoming an NHL defenseman, an everyday NHL defenseman.
Number 2 from behind the Penguin net, kicks the puck around to the right wing boards where Louis Crevier launches a wrist shot that goes through the crease and wide. Penguins get it back. We're down to 48 seconds of the period. Blake Lizotte to center ice. He skates up the left wing in front of the Hawks bench, put on the brakes, and put the puck down behind the Hawk net. Vlasic put it up the left wing side to Dickinson, center ice. Shot it across the rink. Ilya Mikheyev now in behind the net. Had the puck and lost it. Spun out of there by Wotherspoon up the right wing to Malkin. He goes rink wide with a pass for Chinakhov. The pass misses and goes down. And Murphy to the near corner of the puck. Tried to shoot it up the near boards. It ends up on Bertuzzi's stick anyway. He'll skate it ahead to center ice on the left wing and slowly move it down the boards deep into the Penguin zone. Not far enough for icing, but far enough for the Hawks to get one last line change. Penguins attack with 7 seconds in the frame. And then Malkin turns the puck over Hawk blue line. Crosby there will flip it back into the Penguin zone. Ryan Shea will kill the clock as the horn sounds. 20 minutes in the books. 1-1 the score. Steve referenced the shots. 10-7 the Hawks have outshot the Penguins so far.
I like this period, John. I didn't like the start. The first 4 or 5 minutes just seemed like there was a penalty make that a whistle every 30 seconds. But once they got into the flow, I think the Blackhawks maybe showing their speed, their team speed. Love the first goal by Connor Murphy, too. The pushback by Frank Nazar, who can really push the team back just with his speed. And then he found an open Ryan Green, who found a wide open Connor Murphy, and an excellent shot from Murph. And unfortunately for the Blackhawks, that Connor Dewar goal, and you pointed it out as it happened, there was no penalty on the play. Alex Vlasic was taken out. I think it was Blake Lizotte who tripped him up. He went down. As a result, it was kind of a 5-on-4 for maybe a good 3, 4, 5 seconds. And as a result, Connor Dewar gets the goal. And that's where we stand at the end of 1-1.
I apologize to the listeners. I said Connor Dewar, or excuse me, I said Ben Kindle, and I meant Connor Dewar. I got the numbers transposed. No excuses, folks. We are a long way from the ice, but no excuses. I should have got that right. Anyway, 1-1 after 20. Charlie Ronelli-Otis is standing by in Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report, and then back to Pittsburgh for second period action. Close one here, 1-1 after 1. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago hockey fans love a good power play. And when it comes to selling your house, you want a team you can trust.
That's why Jeff Buys Your House is your winning play. No repairs, no commissions, and you pick the closing date.
That's like skating on a clean sheet of ice, fast and smooth.
We're a local, veteran-owned company that's been helping Chicagoland homeowners since 2007.
Make the smart move and go for the win. Visit JeffBuysYourHouse.com for your no-obligation offer today.
Hey, Jeremy Roenick here. I've seen a lot of stat sheets in my career, but when it comes to beer, these numbers jump off the page. Flight by Yuengling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and brewed with crisp, refreshing flavor. That's not just light beer, it's light beer with game, and it's brewed by the oldest brewery in America. Bottom line, if you care about performance and taste, Flight by Yuengling brings both. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. DT Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Right now, hockey fans across the city are struggling to fill the fridge. That's why the Salvation Army is here to assist those in need all season long. Our friends at the Salvation Army are seeing unprecedented demand in their communities, the communities they've served for decades, with more people walking through the doors in search of emergency support. Your support this year is more important than ever. Go to the John Williams Kettle at WGNradio.com. Let's help make a difference today.
Looking for a little winter magic this season? Set your sights on Lake Geneva for the 31st Annual Winterfest and America's Snow Sculpting Invitational, January 28th through February 1st. Imagine this, 15 of the best snow sculpting teams from across the country and abroad, carving massive works of art live right before your eyes. Towers of snow transforming into breathtaking masterpieces you'll talk about long after they melt. But that's just the beginning. Cozy up by bonfires on the beach, enjoy live entertainment, and let the kids dive into endless snowy fun. And don't miss the downtown ice sculpture walk, where more than 40 glistening ice creations make the perfect backdrops for your frosty winter photos. Because in Lake Geneva, snow and ice make everything twice as nice. So plan your Winterfest getaway now at visitlakegeneva.com. See you in Lake Geneva for the 31st Annual Winterfest, where it's always been the place for winter magic.
Hey Blackhawks fans, here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
Time for a break. It's intermission time. That's a wrap. Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your intermission update.
20 minutes is in the books over in Pittsburgh, and we got a 1-1 score through one period of play. A little bit of a sleepy start there in the first 7 or 8 minutes, and then things started to turn around after the Blackhawks finally got that power play, and things opened up a little bit between the Blackhawks and Penguins. Time now to check out the odds. According to Circa Sports Illinois, the Hawks were plus 122, the underdog to score the first goal of the game, and they did just that. So you cashed out again if you hopped on the first goal for the Blackhawks train. Circa Sports Illinois, every time the Blackhawks win this season, someone will win a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino, and another 100 people will get a $100 credit on the Circa app. See the Blackhawks contest page for details. A very loaded NHL slate today. 15 games tonight outside or in addition to the one going on between Chicago and Pittsburgh. The Hawks game tomorrow is going to be the only one on the docket. So let's get to some scores around the NHL right now. The Boston Bruins are currently up 2-1 on the Philadelphia Flyers late in the first period. Boston is looking for their 12th win in their last 14 games after going 0-4-2 in their previous 6. The Buffalo Sabres, man, speaking of red hot, they are also up 2-0 on the LA Kings. That game is in the first intermission. Buffalo's looking for their 20th win in the last 23 games. Alex Lyon as well. If he wins this game for the Buffalo Sabres, that would be a 10-game winning streak, and it would set a new Buffalo Sabres record for longest winning streak by a Sabres goaltender. So how about that? Buffalo Sabres have been red hot since that GM change from last month. The Montreal Canadiens are up 3-1 on the Colorado Avalanche right now. Nick Suzuki has 2 of the 3 goals for Montreal in that first period. One of them was a shorthanded tally for Suzuki. The Tampa Bay Lightning are currently up 1-0 on the Winnipeg Jets in the first intermission. Welcome back to Ryan McDonough for the Lightning. He has been out since December 22nd with a lower body injury, but he is back in the lineup for Tampa Bay. Also in the first intermission, the Nashville Predators and Devils squaring off in New Jersey. It's Nashville with a 1-0 lead. Michael McCarron with his 3rd goal of the season, the lone goal in that one in the first period. The Rangers and Islanders are squaring off over at Madison Square Garden. It's a 0-0 score through one period of play. Artemi Panarin is out of the lineup for roster management reasons after it was announced a few weeks ago that the New York Rangers will be embarking on a retool, which signifies that the Rangers are going to try to move Artemi Panarin as a pending unrestricted free agent. Also in the first intermission, the Carolina Hurricanes are up 1-0 on the Utah Mammoth. Andrei Svechnikov has his 19th goal of the season, but also his 7th goal in the last 6 games after going 6 straight without one. And then finally, the only other game currently going on, the Washington Capitals are up 1-0 on Detroit midway through the first period, but all eyes are on number 88, former Blackhawks superstar Patrick Kane. All he needs is one more point to become the all-time leading scorer among American-born players. He's currently tied with Mike Modano at 1,374. Some other games on the docket that are going to be underway in a few minutes here. The Florida Panthers are in St. Louis to take on the Blues. The Blues looking to snap a 5-game winless skid. The Minnesota Wild are hosting the Calgary Flames tonight. Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks are in Edmonton to take on Connor McDavid and the Oilers. The Vancouver Canucks are hosting the Anaheim Ducks. Troy Terry might return to the lineup for Anaheim in this game. He's missed the last 10 games with an upper body injury. The Vegas Golden Knights are hosting the Dallas Stars tonight. And then finally, the Seattle Kraken are hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are 1-5-2 in their last 8 games after a 10-game point streak where they went 8-0-2. Elsewhere in sports, Northwestern basketball is hosting Penn State at the top of the hour. The game is on AM 1000 and WGNradio.com. Meanwhile, over in Pittsburgh, between the Blackhawks and Penguins, we got a 1-1 tie through one period of play. We'll take a quick break and break down the first period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Chris Cuomo from News Nation. The Blackhawks play here on WGN Radio.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $249 a month or get 0.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end February 2nd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Sometimes words fall short. That's when jewelry speaks. This Valentine's Day, say everything you feel with a gift that lasts. At Rogers & Holland's Family Jewelers, their Valentine's Day sales features incredible savings on jewelry and watches made to cherish forever. When words aren't enough, let jewelry do the talking at Rogers & Holland's. Stop by one of their many stores or shop online at fornowandforever.com.
Rogers and Holland, for now and forever.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling and you're losing more money than you have, are you really winning? If you're spending too much time with the slots or you can't stop betting on sports and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, and probably losing more money than you can afford to lose, you're not alone and you can get help. It's available 24/7 and it's confidential. When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.areyoureallywinning.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
First intermission in Pittsburgh between the Blackhawks and Penguins. Hawks wrapping up the Moms trip today. This is the first of a second of a back-to-back. The Hawks back in action tomorrow night against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And it was a little bit of a choppy first period start. The first 7 or 8 minutes, there was only one shot on goal through the first 7 minutes and 46 seconds of ice time before the Blackhawks got the first power play of the game. And we've been talking about it the last couple pregame shows and obviously the postgame show after Tuesday's game. Hawks went 0 for 5 on the power play against the Minnesota Wild on Tuesday to fall to 0 for 22 on the power play in their last 8 games. That first power play, though, that the Blackhawks had in that first period was probably the best power play that they've had of the last 23 opportunities for Chicago. They generated 7 shot attempts, 2 shots on goal, and they were credited with 5 scoring chances and 4 high danger chances, according to Natural Stat Trick. And that was all the first unit. The first unit stayed out there for the entire 2 minutes, essentially. And boy, they were zipping the puck around. Unfortunately, they weren't able to find the back of the net. Hawks do end up later scoring the first goal thanks to Connor Murphy. But boy, that power play was as good as the Blackhawks have been moving it in a long time. And so that was great to see the Hawks kind of zipping it around early on in this game and maybe generate some momentum moving forward. The Pittsburgh Penguins, I thought the Hawks were pretty strong defensively in the first half of that first period. Pittsburgh didn't record their first shot on goal until 11 minutes and 20 seconds into the opening frame. So Arvid Soderblom came up big in the final half of that first period, but there wasn't much action his way in the first half of that first period. Unfortunate, though, for the Blackhawks, Connor Dewar scores to even things up at 1-1, but there was a blatant missed trip on Alex Vlasic right before that. Vlasic immediately looked at the official as soon as the Penguins scored that goal to even things up. Now, the Hawks did get a power play. Ironically, it was tripping. Matt Grzelcyk ended up was the recipient of the trip from the Pittsburgh Penguins on Tommy Novak. But at that point, it's still a 1-1 game. So even if the Hawks kind of capitalize, it would. If the original trip was called, it would have wiped out Pittsburgh's goal. But also, if the Hawks were able to piggyback the momentum from the first power play, they could have extended it to a 2-0 lead. So It's hindsight. There's still a lot of hockey game left to be played, but I thought the Hawks power play was one of the bright spots in that first period, which is kind of rare. But yeah, it was a weird start to the first period, and then it feels like things opened up in that second half of the frame. It's a 1-1 score through one period of play between the Blackhawks and Penguins. We got second period action coming up next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500 on air and on smart devices worldwide.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand. Tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
At Motorworks in Barrington, 6 iconic brands come together in one convenient location to meet all your automotive needs. From BMW and Mercedes-Benz to Cadillac, Porsche, Honda, and Infiniti, their showroom offers an unmatched selection. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned, or simply need trusted care for your current vehicle, Motorworks has you covered. It's car buying made simple. Visit them today and see why Chicagoland drivers trust Motorworks.com.
For breaking legal news on the hottest issues, tune into Legal Face-Off on WGNradio.com, hosted by Rich Lenkoff and Tina Martini, and brought to you by McCorkle Litigation Services.
Up next, the second period. Here's Charlie Roumeliotis with your recap.
Hawks and Penguins are about to hit the ice for the start of the third period at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. And it was the Hawks scoring the first goal of this game yet again, 9 minutes and 32 seconds in, thanks to a snipe by Connor Murphy.
Gulak put it behind the net. Kindle had a pass up the slot. This is picked off by Frank Nazar, and he'll skate it through center. Over the Penguin line. Nazar dropping it to Green. Top of the right circle. Fed this up. Murphy shoots. He scores! Connor Murphy with a laser of a wrist shot over the glove of Sheloff's. And the Hawks draw first blood, 1-0. The goal at 9:32. Of period number one. And no doubt about that.
Certainly not.
All right, that's the third goal of the season for Connor Murphy. All 3 of his goals have come in January. So he has 3 goals in the last 12 games after having 0 in the first 42 games of the season. And how about this? The previous 2 seasons, Connor Murphy had 2 goals in each. The last time he had more than 2 goals in a season was the 22-23 season, when he scored 7, which was a career high. So nice to see Connor Murphy pass the 2-goal total up to 3 after he had 2 in each of the prior 2 seasons. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com as we go back over to John and Steve over in Pittsburgh.
And Charlie, thank you very much as we rejoin you. That's also Connor Murphy's 3rd career goal against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So gotta like the 3s.
3s all around.
3s all around. Thank you, Charlie.
Now we just got to get the hat trick, right, John? Make that 3.
Your lips to God's ears, buddy.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you very much. Here we go, the second period. Drop of the puck at center ice. Nazar wins it for the Hawks. Levshunov from the Hawk blue line. Snap the puck over in front of the Pens bench to Connor Bedard. Hawks going the other way this period. our left to our right. Levshunov dumping the puck down the right side glass in behind the Penguin net. Left wing corner it goes to Nazar. Made a back pass that deflects to center ice. Alex Vlasic will take it back in front of the benches and fling it down the boards and deep behind the Penguin net. Louis Crevier now steps onto the ice. Crosby, Penguin line, passing it Ed Raquel over the Hawk line. A toe drag and a shot, and that's into the skates of Vlasic. Pulled out of there by Nazar. Sent it across the rink. It was intended for Vlasic. It misses him and goes all the way down. And icing is the call against the Hawks.
You look at the Blackhawks in that first period, John. Ryan Green, 2 shots. How about Colton Dock? Only had 2 minutes and 38 seconds of ice time. He also had a couple of shots. And Frank Nazar continues his red hat streak since he's rejoined the Blackhawks after the broken jaw. Only had a shot, but 4 for 1 in the faceoff dot, 80%.
Now the drop of the puck. Hawks get it in their end. Vlasic in the far corner. He'll outlet up the middle of the ice to Teravainen to Nazar at the Penguin blue line. He'll backhand the puck down the right side boards and in behind the net. Back to get it, Novak. Novak with a pass up the right wing side to Malkin, who shot the puck into the end of the Penguin bench. Nearly hit the backup goaltender for the night, Stuart Skinner. And Skinner somehow ended up with that puck. I think it hit the glass and bounced into his glove. Faceoff comes to center ice.
Remember, all Blackhawks wins this season are sponsored by Circus Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com.
By the way, Dan Muse is the head coach of this Pittsburgh Penguin team. He used to coach the Chicago Steel back a few years ago, and he won a Clark Cup as the Steel head coach. He's done a great job of learning the trade. He was the assistant coach with Peter Laviolette for several years with both the Nashville Predators and the New York Rangers. Dan and Michael Pekka worked together for the last couple of years with the New York Rangers. He's learned a lot, and now he's the National Hockey League head coach. He's earned his stripes, folks.
Yeah, he's doing a real good job, too. When you look at what's happening with Mike Sullivan in New York, and last I checked, they were last in the Eastern Conference, and the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think, surprising a lot of people with their play. And currently, you look where they stand, tied for second in the Metro Division, and they played 2 fewer games than the New York Islanders. They're tied with the Islanders in the Metro, played 2 fewer games. So, boy, if they can keep this up, they'll have surprised an awful lot of the experts, myself included. And they very well could have a first-round matchup against the New York Islanders. And wouldn't that be something? They've had some great playoff series in the past.
Haven't you played in a playoff series for the Islanders against the Penguins?
No, I did not. It was against Philadelphia and against the Washington Capitals.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then my first year there, it was against the New Jersey Devils. So, no, never did match up against Pittsburgh.
Well, the unforgettable playoff series between those two teams for me was 1993. That was won, I believe, in double overtime by the Islanders. Yeah. And just an unbelievable. That was the end of the era of Lemieux and company. Here's Achari to the left wing circle. Hawk zone firing a shot, and it's stopped by Soderblom with the pads, and he'll hold on. David Volek of the New York Islanders. There's a name from the past.
Yeah, I played with David. Yeah, he was there when I got traded in '88 from the New York Islanders. Unfortunately, on this last play, the Chicago Blackhawks didn't come out cleanly, and it almost cost them. It ended up going off of Ryan Green. It got kept back in by Achari. It's kind of almost a partial breakaway. It's a 2-on-1, but Arvid Soderblom made the stop, and Arvid's been really good. They've taken a shot away from the Blackhawks, so right now shots 9-9 in this hockey game.
Play back in the Hawk zone. Kindle behind the net, falls down. He played for the Calgary Wranglers the last 2 seasons in the Western Hockey League. Works the puck to the left point. Solovyov a long shot. Hit his teammate Rutger McGroarty in the slot. Hawks get possession of the puck. Kaiser to center ice. Will lift the puck into the right wing corner in the Penguin zone, and Doc runs Solovyov into the end boards, and that one hurt him a bit. Hawks get possession of the puck. Vlasic firing from the left point. That's blocked. Kindle the other way into the Hawk zone right point. He's hit by Doc. Puck goes down to the corner. McGroarty's got it. Creeps to the net for the corner. Try to get a shot away. That's blocked away. Brett Kulak now behind the Hawk net. Sweeps it away to the right wing boards. Crosby sets up the line with Tang. Fires toward the net. Kicked out of there by Soderblom. McGroarty was right there to try and clean up the rebound, but lost it in behind the net. Kulak got it back, firing from the left point. The glove save made by Soderblom, and he'll hold on. So a whistle stops play with 17-12 left in period number 2 of a 1-1 game. And you like the physicality of Colton Dock. little payback for that hit earlier in the hockey game on Frank Nazar.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it kind of sends a message, too, that whenever number 34 is out there, he's going to finish his checks. You mentioned, too, the great chance that Rutger McGroarty had. Just an easy shot by, I think it was Kulak who put it through. The rebound came right out to number 2 and stopped by Soderblom.
Now here's a shot for the left point by Kulak again, and that deflects wide. Ricard Raquel with a puck along the right side board. Sticks it off the glass behind the Hawk net, left wing corner Crosby. Frank Nazar reaching in, strips it away with a backhanded swipe. Vlasic got the puck, sends it on the left wing. Here's Nazar trying to get to the puck in behind the Penguin net. Beaten to it, however, by Kulak. He'll move it out now to Raquel. Penguin line left wing. He lost it off a poke check, and Kulak will take the puck back and take it down between the circles, Penguin end. And he sent it over on the right wing side to Letang, who whips a pass up the right wing, was intended for Brazeau, but picked off by the Hawks. Bertuzzi breaks into the Penguin zone, sets up Bedard, right circle. He shoots, and Sheloff's got the glove on it. Bedard's going to get a second chance. Backing up through the slot to the left wing circle. Tough angle shot. Sheloff's had to lean over to stop that. Puck comes through. That may have hit Sheloff's in the headgear. Yes, it did. They blow the play dead, and Arturs Sheloff's will pull the headgear off and give his head a shake.
Well, Connor Bedard's firing the puck, though, and he had a couple of really good looks on this last shift. That might have gone off the glove and then maybe the post behind Sheloff's after the feed from Tyler Bertuzzi, and then from a sharp angle. Again, he's in that shooting mentality mode, and a high riser, as you mentioned, John, caught Sheloff's in the mask. It knocked off the buckle, and right now he's still readjusting the mask. He's got it all set up. So a couple of good looks there by the Blackhawks, some good offensive pressure, and Connor Bedard doing what he does best, and that's fire the puck.
Sidney Crosby, as he heads back to the Penguin bench, having a bit of a dialogue with one of the linesmen here, probably about the positioning of the faceoff. Penguins get it anyway. Wotherspoon tried to clear up the near boards, picked off by Dickinson, who pokes the puck to the right wing corner. Nazar runs into a check, but moves the puck back up the boards to Dickinson. He flips it back down to the corner. And Erik Karlsson is there this time. He'll send it up the left wing side to Lizotte, Penguin blue line. He tried to flip the puck ahead for Achari into the Hawk zone, but Matt Grzelcyk beat him to it. Put the puck over to Connor Murphy. Shot it ahead off a deflection to the Penguin blue line. Wotherspoon sends it back to the Hawk blue line. Grzelcyk took it there and sent it to the Penguin blue line. Novak grabs the puck. He'll lift it into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Lizotte goes for a spin. Penguins hold the zone. Here's a shot from Wotherspoon from the high slot. Blocker save made by Soderblom. Moves puck into the left wing corner. Nazar becomes entangled there with Novak, who goes down. And the puck comes free up the boards at the left point. Wotherspoon's got it. Fed it over. Bottom of the right circle. A one-time attempt by Malkin misses. Kind of shanked it away. Murphy took the puck back. Clears over to Dickinson, and he'll lift it down ice into the Penguin zone and hustle off on a change. Quick transition for the Pens back into the Hawk zone. Parker Wotherspoon along the left wing boards. Sends the puck in behind the net. And Yegor Chinakov's got it in the right wing corner. His idol growing up was Patrick Kane. Now Soloviev will fire from the left point. That goes wide at the line. Wotherspoon fed the slot. A wrist shot by Novak into the glove of Arvid Soderblom, and he'll hold on. And a whistle will stop play. 14:51 left in the second. Still tied at 1. Penguins starting to get some chances.
Yeah, but I like the aggressive attitude there of Arvid Soderblom. He held him way well out on top of his blue paint. He was a good 4 or 5 feet on top of the paint, and not a heck of a lot of room for the Pittsburgh Penguin to take that shot, and made it look easy. Nice wrist, make that a nice glove save off of the stick. And I believe that was Tommy Novak. And Tommy Novak's having himself quite a season for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
He wins this draw. A shot from the line by Ryan Shea deflects over the Hawk net. From the right wing boards, Chinakhov there. Chinakhov will turn and snap a shot that deflects off the protective netting in the near corner. So we get a whistle, down to 14:40 left in the frame. Faceoff stays in the Hawk zone. This will be in the circle to Soderblom's left.
You know, Tommy Novak, came over from the Nashville Predators and never really got into a groove. He was injured shortly after the trade, but boy, this year he has really proven his worth for this Pittsburgh Penguin team. Normally playing between, the last little while, Chinakhov and Malkin. And right now, Tommy Novak with 9 goals, 19 assists, and a pretty impressive +6 on this squad.
From the draw, Penguins get the puck. It's shot in from the right circle by Karlsson. Kicked out of there nicely by Soderblom. And Oliver Moore will race with the puck up the left wing through center. Put it into the Penguin zone, but right into the skates of Mantha, who makes a quick pass ahead. McGroarty over the Hawk line from the left wing circle, firing his shot. Kicked out of there by Soderblom with the left pad. In behind the net, look out, puck turned over to Mantha. He shoves it into the crease, knocked out of there. Ryan Green is able to stab it away to the left wing boards. Levshunov can't clear. Taken away by Mantha, put it to the left circle, and a shot from Kindle, he scores. Well, this time it's Ben Kindle's goal, and that's his third in 2 games. The Penguins take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, John, he'd gone 19 games between goals before he scored against Vancouver. You mentioned he had a couple of them. The Blackhawks failed to get it out. Well, they had 2 different opportunities to get the puck out. First Ryan Green, and then it's Artie Levshunov. And even prior to that, it was Artie, I think that Oliver Moore had his pocket picked by McGroarty behind the net. And they got a shot off of that, but the Blackhawks never were able to vacate the zone, weren't able to get it out. And as a result, Kindle makes them pay, and they grab the lead.
So for Ben Kindle, that's goal number 11 on the season, his rookie season. As I said, he's the second youngest player in the NHL. Louis Crevier from deep in the Hawk zone, firing a pass up ice for Ryan Donato, deflects off his stick and down behind the Penguin net. Kulak is able to win the battle for the puck, pin it around up the right wing to Brazeau, and he banks a pass up the left wing side to Letang at center ice. Rink-wide pass for Crosby into the Hawk zone, slapped away by Vlasic of the Hawks. Then Bertuzzi will stick it down ice into the Penguin zone to the right wing corner. And there to get it, Kulak passing up the left wing. Here's Raquel crossing the center ice circle. Slips a slow one down in on goal. Soderblom with a pass up the right wing for Mikheyev. Off his stick and down into the Penguin end. Solovyov behind his net. Passing up the near side, picked off by Bertuzzi near the right point. Down to Mikheyev in the right wing corner. He had it taken off his stick. The other way comes Novak to center ice. Tommy Novak into the Hawk zone. Turned the puck over to Matt Grzelcyk. And the puck taken away from the benches by Ilya Mikheyev. Head to Jason Dickinson. Gains the Penguin zone to the right wing. Checked off the puck by Yegor Chinakhov, who toe drags it away from a couple of players and sends it ahead from Malkin into the Hawk zone along the left wing boards. Malkin now the left wing corner. He lost it off the side of the net. Connor Murphy came along, grabs the puck, moves it up the right side. Bertuzzi can't clear the zone. Solovyov at the left point. Moves it to Shea, top of the right circle. Malkin in the slot. He shoots. Soderblom down with a butterfly save. Puck comes free to Bertuzzi, and he'll lift it down ice into the Penguin zone. Hawks trying to get a line change. They can't get all their personnel off the ice. And now at the Hawk blue line, the puck turned over to Kaiser. He's back into the Penguin zone. Gave it to Bedard in the high slot area. He got room. Bedard now fires a shot, and a butterfly save made by Sheloffs. Loose puck in front of the net. Solovyov will poke it ahead to center ice. And this is off the stick of Chinakhov. Taken away by Kaiser at the Hawk blue line. He sent it ahead down ice in behind the Penguin net. No icing is called as the teams make line changes.
Pretty good individual effort there from Connor Bedard. He gets another shot on net. It'll be interesting to see how many shots he has after this period. But just good puck awareness and good deking, too, right in the middle of the ice.
Ryan Shea with the puck. He'll move out up the right wing side. He's a former Blackhawk draft pick. He carries the center ice on the left wing and over the Hawk blue line. Fed it across right circle, and a shot from Achari goes wide. Achari got his own rebound and fires. It's kicked out of there by Soderblom. And from the left point, Wotherspoon lifts the puck over off the right corner boards. Ends up behind the net. Blake Lazat's got it there. Lazat in the left circle, put it to the left point to Wotherspoon. Then out to the line to Carlson, to Wotherspoon along the left wing boards. Moves to the corner, drops it to Lazat beside the left wing circle. Turning on Crevier, he'll leave the puck for Wotherspoon at the left point. He'll carry through the high slot. Drop it off for Blake Lazat. Eric Carlson along the left wing boards. Ryan Donato reaching in with a timely poke check. Took the puck away. And then Donato absorbs the check, but moves it behind the net. Vlasic, he shot it up ice, and this misses Teravainen and goes all the way down. Icing's going to be the call here against the Hawks.
Well, that was a good takeaway by Ryan Donato. Even though they don't get to change because of the icing, and some fresh bodies will come on for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they will have 12, 15, maybe 20 seconds to get a little bit of a breather here. They've been stuck in their own zone for a good 35, 40 seconds.
Hazar will take this face off against Sidney Crosby. Circle to Soderblom's right. Hazar wins it to the corner. Crevier tries to launch it out of the zone. And on his second attempt, Crevier will now skate the puck to center. fling it slowly along the boards into the Penguin zone, and the rest of the Hawks will get off on a change. Witherspoon with a bank pass. Crosby over the Hawk line, right wing side, knocked down to the ice by Connor Murphy. Murphy then takes the puck, lifts it through the air to the Penguin blue line. Carlson turns it over to Dickinson. Dickinson to the left wing corner. To Donato, back in the net, put it to the doorstep. Mikheyev fires, that's turned aside. And Donato got it back, creeps out beside the net and fires. Pad save. Dickinson right point to Grizzly, bottom of the left circle, fires a hard shot, and this deflects up and out of play, and a whistle will stop play. 10-12 left in period number 2. It's 2-1 in favor of the Penguins here in Pittsburgh. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's Bob Surratt. If you follow hockey, you know how important protection is. Protecting the net, the lead, the win. Planning for retirement isn't much different. It's not one decision, it's many. Each one shapes the life you want, how to create reliable income, how much risk to take, when to step away from work, and how to safeguard what you've built. Handling all of that alone can feel like a full-time job. That's why I chose Trajan Wealth. Their fiduciary advisors work with you one-on-one to make the complex feel clear and build a plan that keeps your money working for what's ahead. Your strategy starts with a simple conversation. For a retirement plan you can trust, let Trajan Wealth guide you. Schedule your complimentary review at TrajanWealth.com or visit their offices in Naperville, Park Ridge, or Orland Park. Trajan Wealth, helping protect what you've built for what comes next.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Did you know most remodeling problems start before construction begins? Unclear plans, uncertain timelines, unexpected costs. At Forever Remodeling, every kitchen, bathroom, and basement remodel starts with smart planning, clear project details, 3D design previews, and accurate upfront pricing before you commit to the project. No stress, no guesswork, no surprises. Ready to remodel? Start with a smart plan. Visit foreverremodeling.com. That's foreverremodeling.com.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Connor Bedard. Game on. Time for Blackhawks hockey.
Well, thanks, Connor, and make sure to join us for Pride Night at the United Center this upcoming Monday, presented by BMO. This year we'll be celebrating local small business and community organizations who are shaping a more inclusive future of hockey, while the San Jose Sharks are in town for another great matchup featuring young stars. Secure your spot today at blackhawks.com/tickets.
Well, this next faceoff is going to be in the Penguin zone. This will be in the circle to the right of Arturs Shilovs. Those Latvian names, they all end in S's, right? Remember Bob Hartley? He was at one time the national team coach of the Latvian team, and the former great still broadcaster Gordon Miller referred to him as Bob's Hartley's.
Well, I remember, was Arturs Urbe? I believe he was Latvian, yeah. I believe he was. First name ended in an S, not the last name.
Deep in the Hawk zone, Matt Grizzlick, far corner. Snaps it behind the net, not out. Kulak takes the puck left point, flips it down behind the net. Anthony Mantha there. Feeds it up the slot. His former teammate Tyler Bertuzzi wasn't buying. He kicked that over the blue line to center ice where Chris Letang slaps it back into the Hawk zone, putting the Penguins offside. 1-1 the score. 2-1 in favor of the Penguins with 9:40 left in period number 2.
Yeah, but there's still chance for the Blackhawks because it's amazing. Over the last 15 games, Pittsburgh Penguins are very good. They're 11-2-2. But in the 11 wins, they scored the first goal. In the 4 losses, the 2-2, they have given up the first goal. So if history repeats, the Blackhawks should be able to come back and win this hockey game.
Inside the Hawk zone, Ryan Green with a nice move took the puck away from a Penguin player and tried to stick it off the left wing boards. He was being pursued by Chinakhov, and Green ends up sending the puck unintentionally up into the Penguin bench. So they'll face it off back in the Hawk zone.
Well, the Chicago Blackhawks coming off that loss against the Minnesota Wild a couple of nights ago, and it was pretty disappointing for them as a team because they thought they played a better game, and I agree. They were up 3-0 at one point, but then kind of shot themselves in the foot with an ill-advised pass in the second period that ended up in the back of their net. And you look at tonight's game, that go-ahead goal, and maybe a couple of turnovers by the Blackhawks they'd like to have back.
And you can't make mistakes anyway in the NHL, but especially not against good teams. Seems like good teams always make you pay.
Yeah, they sure do.
In behind the Hawk net, the puck taken away by Malkin. Malkin fed it into the right circle. It's swept down to the left point. Soloviev with a long shot from there goes wide. Malkin got it back in behind the Hawk net. Penalty coming up here to the Hawks. Oliver Moore all over Malkin like a bad rash there. And now Malkin pulls Oliver Moore's stick out of his hands in the corner, and we'll see if we get matching minors here or just the one penalty.
Chicago 11, minor penalty, holding the stick.
All right, Penguin power play when we return with 8:58 left in the second. 2-1 Pens. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago news on WGN. Current, local, agenda-free. WGN. Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service will have your car ready before you know it. It's so fast, you'll find yourself saying, already ready? Even now, after I just told you, you'll still be surprised at how fast and efficient it is. Plus, Jiffy Lube does more than just oil changes fast. They'll take care of the preventive maintenance your car needs to keep running smoothly, like free fluid top-offs, battery checks, and more. All in a jiffy. So come in today. You're practically already ready.
When you shop for a new Chevy at Bob Josh Chevrolet, you'll be more than happy. You'll be Jossified. That's the feeling you get when you enjoy outstanding savings from Bob Josh Chevrolet in Auburn. Right now, save on a new 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 with 1.9% APR financing. Bob Josh Chevrolet in Auburn next to Reams Meat Market. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Plus tax, title, license, and dog fee to qualified buyers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Expires 2/2/26.
My friends at Access are the leaders in ADA general contracting since 1990. Access is dedicated to serving those with mobility challenges, from elevators and stair lifts to ramps, bathroom modifications, and more. Their personal, caring, friendly service team covers all of Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home or Zoom video mobility assessment with Access. Call 844-IL-LIFTS or visit allaboutaccess.com and tell them Lou sent you.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
Well, Who's Hot, Who's Cold is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago, where they do it right the first time. And Who's Hot? Well, how about the Columbus Blue Jackets, who the Blackhawks play tomorrow night? They have won 6 of their last 7 games. The power play, 6 for 17 in those 7 games. And who's cold? Well, the Colorado Avalanche, just 2 wins in their last 7 games, 2-3-2. They've lost 4 of their last 5 at home. And their penalty killing has not been good. They've given up 4 power play goals over the last 7 games. They've only scored 2 power play goals. So Colorado, who I believe they were undefeated in their first 18 games at home, have gone really cold.
Yep. You knew that they were going to face some adversity at some point. I guess the time is now. Here's Mikheyev with the puck, shorthanded, breaking into the Penguin zone to the left wing corner. He turns away from traffic, flips the puck back into the Hawk zone. Connor Murphy's got it, over to Vlasic, left wing side. Angles the pass up the right wing side intended for Mikheyev. It misses, but that killed off about 20 seconds right there. Good penalty killing by the Hawks so far. 1:30 on the power play for the Pens. Malkin to center ice. Hands it off. Crosby in over the Hawk blue line. The whistle blows. The play is offside. So they'll face it off out at center ice. The Hawks come into this game. They've killed 31 of their last 33. They've been, touch wood, they've been very, very good on the penalty kill. Very efficient, I think, Steve, is probably a better way to say it.
You know, they just do the little things right. Winning draws in your own zone, that's so important. Chances are you're going to get it clear if you win the draw. The long-rangey defensemen. Right now it's Connor Murphy and Alex Vlasic out there. Louis Crevier, 6'8", kills penalties. And, you know, smart penalty killers, they anticipate plays.
Yegor Chinakhov to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Snaps the puck behind the net around to Crosby to the line Carlson. Malkin, top of the left circle now, fires right into the glove of Arvid Soderblom. Arvid kind of made it look easy. He was down in the butterfly position and just waved the glove above his head, made the save, waited for the whistle, handed the puck to the linesman, all in a day's work.
Yeah, that's the sign of a confident goalie, of a good goalie, really. And you mentioned his size earlier, John. Arvid Soderblom is a big body and, you know, known as a shot blocker, but boy, his glove's been very active tonight. And that time, you know, Malkin maybe about 35 feet out, a high riser. Great save.
Now Chinakhov will test him top of the left circle, and Soderblom stops that. Puck driven around the boards by Crevier to center ice. Carlson grabs it in front of the penalty boxes. Whips it rink wide Malkin to Raquel into the Hawk zone along the right wing boards. 6 the puck behind the net. Crevier got to it in the near corner. Tried to flip it up the boards and out. Picked off by Carlson. Put it down to Crosby, back of the net. Now Raquel fires from the slot. Knocked out of there by Soderblom. And Green will escape with a puck out of the Hawks' zone, shorthanded to center ice. To McKayev over the Penguin line down the left wing. He fires, and Sheloffs is down with a butterfly save. A shorthanded rush up ice produces a chance, and we have seen how Ilya Mikheyev can fire that puck with the wrist shot. Right there, he gave it a pretty good go. Sheloffs had to make a pretty tough save.
Yeah, we saw that last game in Minnesota. In fact, he made the score 3-0 at the time in the second period, the exact same spot. The shot was just inside the right post as he looked at it. Arvid Soderblom made a really good stop off of the captain, Sidney Crosby, just right on the doorstep. So he is up to 19 saves in this hockey game.
20 seconds on the Penguin power play. Veteran Chris Letang's got the puck to center. Put it ahead to Mantha over the Hawk line down the right wing of the corner. Put it out in front. This is off the stick of Novak and wide. 10 seconds on the Pens power play. Kindle left wing corner to Mantha left point. Moves it to Letang right point. Over to Kindle left circle, a one-timer. That was turned out of there by Soderblom. Also hit the side of the net. Hawks at full strength. They've killed off the penalty. Now a shot from the top of the right circle by Novak is into the glove of Arvid Soderblom. He'll hold it for the whistle and a stoppage in play. Well done by the penalty killers. Face-off circle to Soderblom's left.
Yeah, we talked about the penalty killing earlier, and we talked about face-offs and smart hockey players out there. Hey, listen, your best penalty killer has to be your goaltender, and that was certainly the case on that last 2 minutes. Number of great stops by Arvid Soderblom on the doorstep from long range. He had at least 4 shots on that last power play, and the Pittsburgh Penguins up to 23 shots in this hockey game.
Dickinson against Achari. Circle to Soderblom's left. And now Dickinson's been tossed off the dot. It's going to be Teuvo Teravainen facing off with Noel Achari. Achari strong on draws. Career over 50%. The drop of the puck, it lays at the dot. Pulled out of there by the Pens. Letang let it rip from the right point. Butterfly save made by Soderblom. Letang got it back. Strokes it down beside the net. It's kicked away up the slot. And Artyom Levshunov will skate the puck to center ice. Put it ahead. Here's Bedard over the line down the right wing. Put it left circle. Teravainen fires, and that hit the side of the net. He didn't miss by much. In the near corner, Kulak waves the puck ahead, but it's picked off along the half boards by Levshunov, who tips the puck down in behind the Penguin net. Kulak put it up the far side, held in by Grzelcyk left point to Teravainen, top of the left circle. To Bedard, to Teravainen, put it to the right circle for Levshunov, who wasn't expecting a pass, but he got it back at the right point. Handing it there, Teravainen, then to Levshunov. He'll put the puck to the right wing corner. Bertuzzi went to get it, lost it, goes up the slot. Here's Teravainen firing, blocked by Achari as he hit one knee in front of the net. Teravainen put the puck behind the Penguin net. Kulak will send it ahead, and Lizotte will grab the puck and move it on the left wing at center ice to Connor Dewar. And he flipped it over the glass unintentionally. This goes up and into the crowd. We're down to 5:48 left in the second here in Pittsburgh. 2-1 in favor of the Penguins. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. When emergencies happen, who do you call? Broken pipe? Power outage? Furnace failure? No hot water? The answer is always the same. Call Four Seasons. We guarantee same-day service and installation on all heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That's why over 30,000 customers have given us a 5-star Google review.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
The big game is here, and it's time to elevate your game with Circa Sports. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fee. The big game requires a big betting menu, and Circa Sports Illinois has you covered. From player props to game scenarios, Circa Sports has it all, including their fan favorite Circa Squares menu. Instead of picking your big game squares randomly, choose your numbers and place your bets. Visit circasports.com to download your new bookie today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Tim Stearns from TJ Stearns. I find that people are generally unaware of certain factors that can significantly impact your path to retirement. Factors like healthcare, taxes, income, and legacy planning. As you approach retirement, if these elements are not addressed, it can have devastating effects. I call it the retirement riddle, and I love solving it. Call me. Let's discuss a Protect and Grow blueprint. 1-800-640-2256. My only minimum is that you're a nice person. 1-800-640-2256 or visit tjstearns.com.
Chicago wakes up with me, Bob Surratt, and the morning crew, 6 to 10. Now back to the Hawks.
Back to Pittsburgh. John Weideman along with Steve Conroy here for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. It's time now for the Four Seasons Face-Off, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electric, and generators. And this face-off will ensue at center ice. Crosby facing off with Jason Dickinson. I mentioned how good Jason was in the game against Minnesota a couple nights back. He wins this one. Hawks control. Mikheyev picks it off the right side glass deep into the corner Penguin zone. Carlson tried to scoop it back up those same boards, but the play ends up back in the corner. Dickinson and Wotherspoon of the Penguins battle. Mikheyev in there to reach in and try and pry it out. And it comes free to Crosby. He'll put it ahead to center ice. Big Justin Brazeau snaps it off the left corner glass into the Hawk zone. Puck ricochets out. Raquel's got it behind the net. Leaving it there for Crosby. And comes over. Is Crevier to defend. Puck checking the puck away. Comes free now in the near corner. Bertuzzi tried to clear it around. Picked off by Crosby. Tried to center the puck. Picked off by Bertuzzi. To Dickinson along the right wing boards. He'll turn and fling it ahead. Intended for Mikheyev. The pass misses and goes down. And icing's going to be called here.
You know, Louis Crevier has done a real good job against Sidney Crosby along the boards. And I know it's a mismatch in size. You know, Louis Crevier 6'8". Sidney Crosby, I don't know, maybe 5'10". But, you know, sometimes guys like that can get under you. The center of gravity is kind of an advantage. And Louis Crevier is just doing a great job using his stick, using his body positioning. Unfortunately, they iced the puck, so 5 rested Pittsburgh Penguins come onto the ice.
You know, one thing that Louis told me, Stephen, after a morning skate not long ago, he said he's got to remember to stay low because he's so tall, and he worries about getting his stick up on somebody and getting a bad high sticking call at any point that could swing the game. So far, he's been pretty good at that, I think.
Yeah, no, that's a real good point.
Now Bertuzzi checked off the puck of the Penguin line. Malkin took it into the Hawk zone, fed it down the slot. Chinakhov shoots and scores. Yegor Chinakhov, right place at the right time to take that pass from Malkin and finish with a snapshot that beats Soderblom. It's now 3-1 in favor of the Penguins with 4:30 left in period number 2.
I talked about that 5-man unit who had iced the puck. They weren't able to get off the ice. Unfortunately, Tyler Bertuzzi could not get the puck deep. And we talked about Chinakhov earlier with the great shot. He had a real nice move on this play. The original shot, though, stopped by Soderblom, but Chinakhov stayed with it. He picked up his own rebound, and he put it by the Swedish netminder. Oh, good job by Chinakhov. Maybe it was the original shot. From up here, I thought it was the rebound that went in. I take that back. The original shot just somehow squeaked through the body of Arvid Soderblom. And as Chinakhov gives them the 2-goal lead.
Coming over to the Penguins from the Blue Jackets, he now has 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 points in 14 games. I think he's starting to pay off for the Penguins, or has been paying off, I should say, maybe.
Yeah, Kyle Dubas has made some bold moves and some pretty good moves too. Stuart Skinner, he's not playing tonight, but boy, he's been rock solid. Watch this.
Here, Mantha down the slot, Hawk zone, moves in with a backhand and scores. Anthony Mantha put on a burst of speed from the Penguin blue line and cut between the Hawks' defense comprised of Kaiser and Levshunov, and took a pass right down the slot and beat Soderblom with a backhand. It's now 4-1 Pittsburgh.
Well, unfortunately, the Blackhawks get caught looking and not coming back hard. Maybe they're at the end of a shift, but Anthony Mantha, who had all sorts of speed, just busted right up the middle. And he puts a move on Arvid Soderblom. He opens up his legs. He puts it between the wickets. 4-1 the score. And you feel bad for Arvid at this point because early in this second period, he was keeping the Blackhawks in this hockey game. And all of a sudden, 2 goals in the last 2 shots, and they have a 3-goal lead.
So we rejoin the play inside the Hawk zone. Colton Dock tried to poke the puck out, picked off by Novak, moves it to the left point. Solovyov will fire from there. That deflects over the net. Novak in the right wing corner. Actually, Connor Dewar now. To Blake Lazat along the right boards. He escapes at the line. He hands it off to Solovyov, who'll fire from the left point. Colton Dock blocks that. Carries the puck to center ice. Becomes entangled with Solovyov, but works the puck down into the Penguin zone. Pens get it back and clear therein. As Dewar skates to center ice in front of his bench and backhands the puck down behind the Hawk net. Penguins make a line change. There's a pass from Grzelcyk ahead to Green. Over the Penguin line. Drops it along the left wing boards to Donato. He's checked by Brazeau, and the Pens get the puck back. Raquel breaking back through center. Over the Hawk line on the right wing side. Vlasic reaching in with a poke check, knocks the puck free. But then Raquel spins it back around up the near side. Green will lift it out the center ice down to the Penguin blue line. Kulak back to take the puck there for the Pens. Moves it ahead for Brazeau. Hawk line on the left wing side, but the puck deflects off his stick into the Hawk end. And Crevier will fire it up ice for Mikheyev. This is off his stick. Penguins back into the Hawk zone, led by Malkin. Stripped of the puck, however, front by Bertuzzi. Loose puck to the inboards. Crosby enveloped by Louis Crevier there. And then the puck taken by Malkin and a quick pass into the right circle for Raquel for a quick shot. That's turned out of there by Soderblom. Puck taken by Mikheyev. He'll flip it down in behind the Penguin net. Letang put it around, not out. Murphy from the right point fires. Blocked in front. Then the puck swept just wide of the net by Dickinson. Dickinson feeds the left point. Grzelcyk there. He'll close in, give it now to the left wing corner. And Burakovsky sent it in front of the net. Actually, Mikheyev did. This slides up the left wing side at center ice. Malkin there. One of the Penguins down at the top of the Penguin crease. That's Sidney Crosby. Very slow to get up. Yeah. I didn't see what happened.
Now, Connor Murphy, I think, got tangled up with him. And in fact, actually, watch this, though.
Now in front of the Hawk net. Chinakhov tried to get another. Turned out of there by Soderblom. Puck taken by Murphy, sticks it off the right glass down into the Penguin zone. Burakovsky giving chase on Carlson, who moves the pass up the left wing. Malkin, Hawk blue line, turned the puck over to Murphy. Murphy with a pass ahead to Moore at center. He'll dump it into the right wing corner, Penguin zone, then finishes off Wotherspoon with a body check. And they continue to battle. Carlson escapes with the puck into the far corner. He'll skate it up the right wing side, put it ahead to Chinakhov, who deflects it down toward the Hawk net. Mantha tried to get to it, could not. Poked in behind the net by Leshunov to Kaiser, stripped of the puck. Loose puck to the near boards. Taken away now by Burakovsky. Can't clear the zone. Wotherspoon left point to Novak near the line. To Wotherspoon, put it into the right circle. And it's kicked to the stick of Chinakhov, who then tried to fire it on goal. That was blocked. Kaiser beside the Hawk net, surrounded by Penguins, pulls out the 60-degree wedge and lifts the puck through the air down into the Penguin zone. Hawks need to get a line change here. Here's McGroarty into the Hawk zone from the right circle. He'll fire. That goes high and wide of the net, off the glass. Mantha put it in behind the net. Puck is sent to the top of the crease. McGroarty put a backhander on goal. Stick save made by Soderblom. Then a shot from Shea from the top of the right circle. He scores. With 29 seconds left in the second period, the Penguins have taken a commanding 5-1 lead.
Well, John, you kind of foreshadowed this. The Blackhawks, you could tell they were starting to wilt. They were 5 tired guys out there, and the Pittsburgh Penguins smelled blood. And Ryan Shea with the huge one-timer. Nice pass by, and I'm going to attempt his name, Solovyov. With I think his first NHL assist. No, I take that back. He's got a goal and 2 assists, but he assisted on the play, the blast, and as you mentioned, the Blackhawks, not only out of gas, but just running around. And that's what happens when you're tired. You get out of position, you try to do too much, and that was certainly what the Blackhawks were trying to do there. And right now the shot's 31-15 in favor of Pittsburgh. More importantly, they've got a 5-1 lead.
Now that's Shea's third goal in the season, and for Solovyov, that's his first assist as a Penguin. So you got it right, Steve. You're okay.
Thanks for covering me, partner.
Back to center ice. Solovyov to the puck. Will stick it off the glass and down behind the Hawk net. Puck ricochets out into the slot. Teravainen will lift it at the center ice to Vlasic as the horn sounds, ending play here in period number 2. Mercifully, I might add. This game was tied at 1 going into the second frame. And then the Penguins rattled off 4 goals. 1 by Kindle, 1 by Chinakhov, 1 by Mantha, and 1 by Shea. Ouch. Hawks are down 5-1 after 40.
Yeah, and the one that really hurt, obviously, the Kindle goal. They go ahead 2-1 because up until that point, I thought a really even game. Arvid Soderblom was playing well. He was keeping his team in it. And the Blackhawks, by my count, had a couple of guys who could have got the puck out. Actually, it was 3 guys. Moore turned it over behind the net, had his pocket picked. That's a tough play. But then, Ryan Green had an opportunity to get it out. Arthur's Levshunov had a chance to possibly get the puck out. They don't, and Kindle ends up scoring the goal. And then it just kind of, the floodgates opened after that. And I think that's what excites the other team. When they get the lead and they start to smell blood, where they start taking some chances maybe they normally wouldn't. And it was all Pittsburgh after that point.
Yep. 3 goals in the span of 4 minutes, Steve. First at 15:30, the second at 16:01, and the third at 19:30. As I said, a commanding 4-goal lead. The Penguins also outshot the Blackhawks by a wide margin, 24-5 in period number 2. 2 period totals, the Penguins with 31 and the Hawks with 15. So the Blackhawks' work is clearly cut out for them. They trail by 4 goals here on the road in Pittsburgh. Trying to make the Moms happy. They're going to have 20 minutes to get it done. But right now we're going to send it back to the station. Charlie Romeliotis is standing by in Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report. And then back to Pittsburgh to see if the Hawks can stage one of their greatest comebacks in the history of the franchise on the road. Might be ahead. You never know. As Judy Tenuta would say, it could happen. 5-1 Pens after 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The NHL is officially back, and right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Put your first bet in the back of the net on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook and official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. Must be 21 or older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Marquette Bank has been helping neighbors, families, and business owners in Chicagoland for 80 years. 80 years is a long time. When you bank with Marquette Bank, you know your banker. You have access to a team of real professionals to help you make smarter financial decisions. When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 462926.
Give people a place to gather and make fire the focal point of your home again. With a majestic fireplace or insert, you'll enjoy the warmth and ambiance of fire with contemporary style and the latest technology. Whether you're looking for wood, electric, or gas, indoors or out, Majestic offers a broad range of sizes and styles. Visit their showroom on Bowes Road in Elgin or call for a free estimate. 847-741-5903. 847-741-5903. House of Fireplaces, giving you a warm feeling since 1953.
At Malman Law, we know that when nursing home and assisted living facilities become careless, someone has to read between the lines. Bed sores, broken bones, medication errors, unexplained deaths. The signs are there, but nursing homes or assisted living facilities hope you won't find them. We've spent over 30 years making facilities answer for every single one. The good news, justice isn't just possible, it's within reach. Call us at 888-MALMAN-LAW or visit malmanlaw.com.
Thinking about selling your home but dreading what hidden fees and repairs might cost you? Hi, I'm Tom Detlich with Granby Homes, and we're here to put your mind at ease. Our process is simple. You'll get our upfront, honest offer in hours. And the amount we offer is the amount you get, period. Grandview will buy your home as is. You don't need to fix a thing. And we even take care of any items you leave behind. When you sell to us, we can close in as little as 10 days. Get your no-obligation offer at grandviewhomes.com today.
For the lowest gas prices in Chicagoland, visit WGNradio.com/gas prices. Sponsored by your local Chevy dealers at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
Time for a break. It's intermission time.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Here's Charlie Romeliotis with your intermission update.
Through 40 minutes over in Pittsburgh, and that was a tough second period for the Blackhawks, giving up 4 goals to the Penguins. It was a 1-1 score through one period of play, but it is now 5-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. So the Hawks are going to have to put together a historic comeback if they want to get back into this game and send the Moms home happy. But obviously they have a tough task ahead of them. Hey, at each home game at the United Center this season, we will be saluting a veteran sponsored by JeffBeiserHouse.com, a proud veteran-owned business serving Chicagoland since 2007. Let's get to some scores around the NHL. 14 other games on the docket. We start in Boston, where the Bruins are currently up 5-2 on the Philadelphia Flyers in the second intermission. David Pastrnak is riding an 8-game point streak, but he has not factored in on any of the 5 goals that Boston has. So we'll see if he gets on the scoreboard in the third period, but his 8-game point streak, it's still at 8, hasn't stretched to 9 yet. in this game. The Buffalo Sabres are currently up 3-1 on the LA Kings. That game just went into the second intermission as well. Buffalo is looking for their 20th win in their last 23 games, and Alex Lyon is looking for his 10th consecutive victory, which would set a new Buffalo Sabres record for longest winning streak by a goaltender. He is 20 minutes away from doing just that. The Montreal Canadiens have also put up a 5-spot through 2 periods on the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche are 2-3-2 in their last 7 games. And if they end up losing this game in regulation, it would be their 4th regulation loss in the last 8 games. They had only 4 regulation losses in their first 44 games of the season. So they've cooled off just a little bit. Colorado has. Nick Suzuki, by the way, has 2 of the 5 goals for Montreal, including a shorthanded one. The Tampa Bay Lightning are up 3-1 on the Winnipeg Jets in the second intermission. Darren Radish, former Blackhawks defenseman prospect, has factored in on all 3 of the goals for Tampa Bay with a goal and 2 assists. The Nashville Predators and New Jersey Devils are knotted up at 1 through 2 periods of play. Dougie Hamilton has his 7th goal of the season for New Jersey. The New York Islanders and New York Rangers are squaring off at Madison Square Garden tonight. It's a 2-0 score in favor of the Islanders in the second intermission. Rookie defenseman Matthew Schaefer has found the back of the net for the 14th time this season. I imagine he is the runaway favorite for the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year. The Utah Mammoth are currently up 3-2 on the Carolina Hurricanes in the second intermission. Kyler Yamamoto has 2 goals in the game for Utah. And then over in Detroit, I think this might have just happened. It's a 1-1 score between the Capitals and Red Wings, but Patrick Kane picked up a secondary assist on the Ben Sherratt goal, which means he is now the all-time leading point scorer by American-born players with 1,375 points, surpassing Mike Modano for most all-time by a U.S. player. Congratulations to number 88 on Detroit. The Florida Panthers are in St. Louis right now. The Blues are up 3-2 on the Florida Panthers. That game is just through 1 period of play, so 5 total goals in the first period between those 2 teams. The Minnesota Wild are up 2-0 on the Calgary Flames in the first intermission. And then 4 other games that will be played later tonight. The Edmonton Oilers hosting the San Jose Sharks. The Vancouver Canucks hosting the Anaheim Ducks. The Dallas Stars in Vegas tonight to take on the Golden Knights. And then the Seattle Kraken hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. Toronto 1-5-2 in its last 8 games after going 8-0-2 in the previous 10. So they're looking to get things back on track before the Olympic break. Elsewhere in sports, Northwestern is leading Penn State 45-40 at halftime. That game is on AM 1000 and WGNradio.com. Meanwhile, over in Pittsburgh, between the Blackhawks and Penguins, it's Pittsburgh holding a 5-1 lead after scoring 4 goals in the second period. We're going to break down what the heck happened in that middle frame next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Mornings on WGN start at 6 with me, Bob Surratt. Nights along to Blackhawks Hockey and sometimes Landecker.
Hey, it's Jeremy Roenick here. Let's be honest. Not every beer fits every moment. But Yingling, they've got options. You want bold and rich, classic and smooth, light and crisp? They've got a beer for everyone's taste. Traditional lager, light lager, flight, black and tan. Each one brewed with real quality and nearly 200 years of family tradition. So whether it's post-game, pre-game, or no game at all, there's a Yingling for every taste. Yingling, legends stand the test of time. DG Yingling is on Pottsville, PA.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
It's Bob Surratt. If you're thinking about a vacation later this year, how about joining us on our 9-day Oceania cruise from Bilbao, Spain to Barcelona? Departing October 2nd, we'll be cruising along the coast of Spain with stops including Lisbon, Gibraltar, Malaga, and other exciting Spanish ports. Join us to some of the world's most exciting locales. For more info, call the travel store 800-777-6540. That's 800-777-6540. Or log on to the Surratt Show page at WGNradio.com. Click on the cruise ad.
The professionals at Plumbers 911 Chicago are ready to answer your call. They'll get your plumbing job done right the first time. Their phones are open 24/7, 1-833-PLUM-911.
Second intermission in Pittsburgh, and the Penguins are up 5-1 on the Blackhawks. And that was a rough one for Chicago in that middle frame. Time now to look at this period's window of opportunity, sponsored by the state's official health insurance marketplace, Get Covered Illinois. You can shop and enroll in health insurance until January 31st, which is this Saturday, at getcoveredillinois.gov. These are as lopsided of period stats that you're going to see in a long time. Shots on goal. Let's start with shot attempts, actually. Shot attempts in that second period in all situations, 44-12 in favor of Pittsburgh. Shots on goal, 25-6 Pittsburgh. Scoring chances, 25-7 Penguins. And then high danger chances, 11-5 Penguins. And then obviously in the goal column, 4-0 in favor of Pittsburgh. So that was a rough second period that we've seen from the Blackhawks in a really long time. And some of the 3 of the 4 goals were really unfortunate and kind of preventable. It felt like, failed zone exits by Ryan Green and Artem Levshunov, and the second goal for Pittsburgh from Kindle with 14:06 left. Hawks go on the penalty kill. They gave up 8 shot attempts, 5 shots on goal on that kill. So they killed that off at the skin of their teeth. And then the Igor Chinnikov goal, Tyler Bertuzzi went to dump the puck in unsuccessfully, and the Hawks were going on a line change while that was happening. Bertuzzi got hit, and it kind of led to a rush the other way for the Penguins, and they were able to find the back of the net. So that was pretty unfortunate to make it 3-1. And then 31 seconds later, Anthony Mantha scores. And what happened in the offensive zone, Wyatt Kaiser got tripped in the offensive zone. I shouldn't say actually he got tripped. It looked like he kind of toe picked and tripped on his own. But Artem Levshunov was so focused on the guy on the left side that his eyes never got across to the right side, and he didn't realize that Kaiser had fallen and he was basically the only defenseman back. And so in that situation, you probably would want Levshunov, next time to kind of realize the situation and just move more to the center of the ice and cover for Kaiser. But he literally had no idea that Kaiser had fallen. And so can't really blame that one on Levshunov, because he didn't see what happened. And so it's just unfortunate that ends up leading to the 4th goal by Pittsburgh. And then with 29.2 seconds left, they get the kind of a dagger with Ryan Shea scoring the 5th goal for the Penguins. And so, man, that was tough because I felt like the first period, the Hawks were really in control of the game. I felt like they were the better team so far through 20 minutes of play. Didn't have anything to show for it because it was a 1-1 score through one period of play, and then Pittsburgh flexed its muscles in the second. So Hawks are going to have to rally big time in the third period if they want to get back into this game. And we're going to set up that third period next. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Chicago is your radio home for the Hawks, the Cats, March Madness, and the Indy 500 on air and on smart devices worldwide.
Hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans! I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, a win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When injuries slow you down, you need a team that knows how to get you back in the game.
At Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, their highly trained professionals work together to deliver empathetic, timely, and efficient patient care so you can move better, live better. And if an injury happens after hours, they've got you covered with IBJI Ortho Access beyond their regular clinic hours. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Learn more at IBJI.com. That's IBJI.com.
Cold weather and hockey season go together hand in hand, but your home isn't a hockey rink, and you want it to be the perfect temperature no matter the season. With Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning mini split systems, you get the ultimate comfort and efficiency every time, even in those difficult to heat places in your home. Their units are designed to deliver consistent comfort where you need it most. Check out Mitsubishi electric heating and cooling mini split systems today at getacomfyhome.com.
Petarinos is celebrating 25 years as the heartbeat of the Loop. Join them for weekly lunch specials, including their mouth-watering Italian beef and soon-to-be famous seared yellowfin tuna sandwich with yuzu lemon aioli. Hear jazz every Monday night or try Sunset Sips in the Loop, 2 to 5 and 8 p.m. to close Monday through Friday. Heated patio is open, so bring your pups and enjoy catering from Petarinos Pasticceria, offering breakfast sandwiches to house-made pastas. Visit petarinos.com to place your order.
Permaseal, the leader in basement waterproofing, also offers foundation repair, concrete restoration, and attic insulation. Call 800-421-SEAL or visit permaseal.net.
It's the final 20. The third period's just ahead. Here's Charlie Remiliotis with your recap.
Penguins up 5-1 going into the third period. And that leads us right into our third period projection, sponsored by Robinhood. You expect more from yourself, expect more from your money. Get started today at robinhood.com/yourmoney. I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh kind of sits back here. The Penguins earlier this year blew a four-goal lead to the San Jose Sharks earlier in the year and lost that game in overtime, I believe. So what I'm saying is, there's a chance for the Blackhawks, but they are going to need a miraculous comeback in the third period. By the way, Nick Foligno took just 2 shifts in the first period. He did not play in the second period at all. So I imagine the Hawks are going to be without their captain for the third as well. We'll see what the update is from Blackhawks head coach Jeff Blashill after the game. What's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com as we go back over to Pittsburgh with John and Steve, who are about to call a miraculous comeback. Am I right, boys?
Again, Charlie, your lips to God's ears. It's happened before. You mentioned it. Steve, by the way, has done his homework. He's got it right in front of him on his iPad.
Yeah, because it was 5-1 going into the third period, and they gave up 4 goals. San Jose tied it and won it in overtime. So you're telling me there's a chance. Yeah, there's definitely a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Huh? Underway here in the third period. And we get a whistle on an offside call here against the Penguins. They're going to bring the face-off back out to center ice. I think, Steve, this is probably a similar situation to being down in a playoff series by a 3 games to none count, shift at a time, you know?
Yeah, that's how you can't try and win the game, right away. You just get the next goal. Just trying to get the next goal. And you've got an important game tomorrow night, too, against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So you want to be playing on your toes. You don't want this thing to get real ugly. So, yeah, there's plenty to play for. Even if you don't win this hockey game, plenty to play for.
Classic near corner Hawk zone. Sidesteps Crosby. Skates the puck through center over the Penguin line down the left wing. Carries around behind the net. Sets up Crevier right point to Nazar. Top of the left circle to Bedard left wing corner. He'll carry up the boards. Give it to Vlasic along the left wing half boards. Put a pass to the slot off of Bedard's stick to the right point. Teravainen firing from there. Blocked in front by Kulak. Raquel then turns the puck over along the far boards. Teravainen is able to put the puck down to the corner. And now the Pens will get it back in behind their net. Brett Kulak, who played in the last 2 Stanley Cup Final Series with the Edmonton Oilers, and is probably thinking, well, will I be playing in another one here? He came over in a trade along with the goaltender, Stuart Skinner.
That was an important part of that trade. He's really helped solidify the back end for Pittsburgh, and he scored in that last game against the Vancouver Canucks.
Here's Carlson down the right wing side into the Hawk zone. From the corner, fires one toward the net, turned out of there. A follow-up shot by Wotherspoon goes over the net. Now here's a shot from Carlson from the high slot, and that deflects off the blocker of Soderblom and wide. Grizzlick with a thread needle pass ahead to Dickinson. Hawk line. To Bertuzzi, Penguin line, left wing side. Backhands it across to the right wing corner. Wotherspoon and the Hawks, Ilya Mikheyev battle. Now Levshunov to the puck along the right side boards. It was tied up by Novak, who takes the puck away. And then Levshunov poke checks it away from Novak to Dickinson, and he'll push the puck down in behind the Penguin net. Hawks will get a line change. Carlson lifts a pass ahead. Rutger McGroarty through center ice into the Hawk zone down the right wing side. Wyatt Kaiser stepped in front of him and pokes the puck behind the Hawk net. Levshunov carrying it out, moving it to Oliver Moore. He's over the Penguin line on the left wing, drops it off, left circle to Levshunov. Fanned on a shot. Puck drifts in behind the net. Levshunov is caught in deep, and Wyatt Kaiser now alertly darts across center ice to pick off a Rutger McGroarty pass and lift the puck back into the Penguin zone behind the net.
John, what a great read that was. That was going to be a 3-on-1 all day long, and just good anticipation from Wyatt Kaiser. Picked it off.
Kendall put it ahead. Mantha over the Hawk line, left circle. Had the puck plucked away by Donato to Bedard. He got ahead of the puck. Then the puck is poked back down ice in behind the Pittsburgh net by Dewar. Shea will move it ahead up the right side to Dewar. He'll fling it off the boards in behind the Hawk net. Soderblom out to play it around at the left side boards. Here's Bedard just inside the line. Put it over to Murphy. Hawk line right wing side. He'll step ahead and fire it down the boards behind the Penguin net. Round it goes to the near corner. Green feeds the left point. Grizzlick, he'll roll in. Now back up through the high slot. Matt Grizzlick, long shot from there. Chest save made by Shelovs. And he'll let the puck drop into his glove and hold it. We're going to face off in the circle to Shelovs' right. No change in the score.
It was a good job, though, by Matt Grizzlick, as you mentioned, the former Pittsburgh Penguin, who had 1 goal and 39 assists here last year. He was a big part of the offense for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And that last shift, just a real good job just walking the blue line. Couldn't get his shot through. He was fronted by the defender, so he just changed his direction, went back from east to west, and then took a wrister on shot. And unfortunately, that shot on net, no screen on it, no deflection, so relatively easy stop for Shelovs.
Dickinson wins the draw. Carrier to Vlasic, who'll let it rip from the line. 6 save is made by Shelovs, and the other way comes Blake Lizotte through center. Over the Hawk line, down the right wing, stopping on the half boards, hands it off to Letang, who pumps a shot in for the break point. That's turned out of there by Soderblom. Dickinson with the puck, moving up the right wing side. Backhands it across the rink. Classic Hawk line left wing will stick it back over to the right wing side to Mikheyev. Returns it to Alex Vlasic. He rips it off the glass behind the Penguin net. Puck slides free to Kulak. Hands it ahead to Raquel, then to Lizotte over the center ice circle. He put it into the Hawk zone. Connor Murphy backing up was able to break that up. Move the puck away to Donato. And a pass up the left wing. Dickinson had it taken away at the line by Carlson. Put a pass into the slot. Brazeau's got it. He'll fire, and that's over the net. Puck goes around to Crosby along the left wing board. Crosby now left circle. Turns the puck over between the circles to Ryan Donato. He'll pass ahead. Teuvo Teravainen at center ice. To Donato. Penguin line. Quick handoff for Bedard. Misses his stick and goes down. And Wotherspoon in the far corner will pass up the left wing side. And now the Penguins come out of their end. Carlson on the right wing side to Crosby. Over the Hawk blue line to the right wing corner. Backhand shot. Looked like it hit the side of the post. Hawks back the other way. Bedard crossing the Penn's line, left wing side. Put it into the left circle intended for Nazar. But Chinakhov was right there for the Penguins to break that up and take the puck away. Chinakhov moves it over. Wotherspoon clears to his blue line. Bedard grabs the puck just outside the line at center ice. Enters the Penguin zone, twisted off the puck. Malkin will take it back. Malkin breaking through center. Crossing the Hawk line on the right wing. Was bothered by Colton Dock, who pulled the puck off of his stick. And now Oliver Moore to it will backhand it down ice into the Penguin zone. Down to 15 minutes left in the third. Penguins leading 5-1 in their building here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that last chance by Sidney Crosby, that was classic Crosby. He's got the great backhand, and he went backhand, tried to beat Soderblom, glove side, but just couldn't find the open spot.
Puck turned over at the Hawk blue line. Colton Dock got it there and sends it down behind the Penguin net, then runs into Ryan Shea. Shea recently scored his first goal in 39 games. Now Wyatt Kaiser at the left point, bothered by Novak of the Pens. To Mantha. He crosses the Hawk blue line. A casual drop-off picked off by Oliver Moore. He breaks back through center. He was caught at the Penguin blue line by Mantha, who poke checks the puck down in behind the Penguin net, and Kulak will carry up ice to center ice. He flicks it off the left side glass down behind the net. Now the puck rides back into the far corner. Green put it up the right boards. Nazar who pounds the puck down ice into the Penguin zone from between the circles. Now Letang. Quick pass up ice, Mantha at center ice. To Rutger McGroarty in the right wing corner. He turned the puck over. Ryan Green, a little spin pass up the left wing side. And Andre Burakovsky flips the puck into the Penguin zone a few feet. Kulak took it away. He shot it across the rink and down into the Hawk zone. A good play by Matt Grzelcyk to shield one of the Penguins, take the puck behind the net, put it ahead up the left wing side to Nazar at the Penguin blue line, and he'll flip it down to the corner. Well, Wotherspoon got there in front of Burakovsky. To Noel Achari, center ice on the left wing side. He had the puck stripped off his stick and down behind the net. Connor Murphy to get it there. To Ryan Green along the left wing boards. Boy, Achari collided with one of our game referees who goes down in a heap in the near corner. And the whistle's going to stop play. That referee in the corner don't have the number. He's slow to get up off the ice, and he may have to leave the game. 13:25 remains in the third. 5-1 Pittsburgh. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds, like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Right now, for a limited time, lease the Hyundai Tucson for $249 a month or get 0.99% APR on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Offers end February 2nd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
After the end of a good fight, you deserve an ice-cold reward. Modelo is the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, the bigger the fight, the better the reward. You put in the hours, the energy, the tough labor. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Big games, big energy, Big Ten basketball. It's all happening in Welsh Ryan Arena right now. The Big Ten is bigger and more competitive than ever. You can catch the thrilling action live as your Northwestern Wildcats fight through the conference. Games are selling out fast, but you can still secure tickets for matchups against Washington, Michigan, Purdue, and more. Don't wait to secure your seat. Limited tickets remain at nusports.com/ticket. Enjoy the most entertaining in-game viewing experiences in Chicago. Visit nusports.com to snag your tickets today.
Hey Blackhawks fans, it's Frank Nazar. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Thanks, Frank. Speed of the Game is sponsored by Chicagoland Jiffy Lube. Visit your local Jiffy Lube today for a quick quality oil change that gets you in and out in a jiffy. And how about Igor Chinakhov of the Pittsburgh Penguins, recently traded from the Columbus Blue Jackets. He has goal in tonight's game. He had a wrist shot, John, clocked earlier this year at 93 miles per hour. That's a wrist shot. That's not a slap shot. And you can see why. He's got great release. He scored on a breakaway, his goal tonight, but he does have 6 goals in the 14 games he has played for these Pittsburgh Penguins.
I'd have to shoot the puck about 6 times to get that speed, all told. Carlson firing one from the line, in and out of the glove of Soderblom. Doc picks up the puck and skates at the center ice in the right wing, front of the benches, lifts it into the Penguin zone, but Wotherspoon knocks it out of midair and then put the puck ahead to Raquel on the Hawk line on the left wing side. Run off the puck by Donato. And now Doc has one of the Penguins. That's Crosby pinned against the far boards. Crosby, a little handoff back to Wotherspoon, left point. He sends it down behind the Hawk net, around up the near side it goes. Brazeau took it away from Oliver Moore. Now Crosby back in the net, battling with a former teammate, Matt Grzelcyk. Crosby put it to Wotherspoon, left point. Sends it right point. Carlson, long shot from there, was into a crowd in front. And now the Hawks will get the puck back and see if they can do something here. Here's Donato, front of the benches, to Colton Dock there. He unintentionally backhands the puck up into the glove of Stuart Skinner, sitting at the end of the Penguin bench. He's the backup goaltender tonight. So whistle stops play, 12:31 left in the third. No change in the score.
That was a nice save by Arvid Soderblom because that came through traffic, and that is 35 shots now fired his way. And you look at the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're looking to extend a point streak, a current point streak of 8 games. They are 6-0-2 in their last 8 games. And prior to that streak, they were outside of the playoff spots, looking inside. And right now, mentioned earlier, they're tied to the New York Islanders for second.
Hawks have a point streak going as well. It's a road point streak, 4-0-1 in their last 5. And that's in danger right now. And Vlasic at the Hawk blue line slaps the puck down ice. The icing was initially called, but then it's been waived. Here's Malkin near corner Penguin zone. Put it across the rink, picked off by Mikheyev, and then he lost the handle. Novak the other way to Chinakhov over the Hawk blue line, firing from the right circle. Blocker save made by Soderblom. The other way comes Dickinson to center ice. Goes rink wide with a pass for Bertuzzi. Penguin line on the right wing. He one-hands the puck down behind the net. Chinakhov took it away. Malkin in the far corner now to Letang. Bank pass ahead. Novak over the Hawk blue line, left wing side. He fires a wrist shot that goes over the net, around the glass, and eventually out of play. So we get a whistle now. 11:34 left in period number 3, and 5-1 in favor of the Penguins.
Yeah, what a smart pass, though, by Letang. Also his 20th year in the NHL. And we talked about the older guys in this team, and, yeah, Sidney Crosby and Yevgeny Malkin. But let's not forget about Chris Letang, who, John, I think has an excellent opportunity to make it into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Here for all the Stanley Cups, a big part of the core of this group, and still playing strong at 38 years of age.
Certainly is. He fought health issues as well. He had, I think he had stroke issues for a while and was out of the lineup. He beat that, came back, and been as productive as ever. I also like Chris Letang. I agree with you. I think he could be a Hall of Famer as well. Here now Nazar into the Penguin zone, right wing side. Put the puck across. Teravainen left point. Mishandled the puck. Mantha took it away. Mantha back through center. Took it in over the Hawk blue line. Drop pass now. Kindle put it over right circle. McGroarty. He'll fire. That goes over the net off a deflection. Kindle in the left wing circle. Turn the puck over. Nazar back the other way to center. They'll just fire it off the boards and down behind the Penguin net. Get off on a change. Sheloff's back to take it there. The goaltender put it to the near corner to the aforementioned Letang. Then out the center ice, Novak in over the Hawk line. Actually, Dewar will drop it off, and a long shot is fired by Wotherspoon that goes wide. At the Penguin blue line, Noel Acciari takes the puck back. Gave it to Carlson, back to Acciari, cutting into the Hawk zone. Down the slot, he couldn't get it by Levshunov, who used his skate to kick the puck off of Acciari's stick, then snap it back down ice into the Penguin zone. We're down to about 10 minutes left in the frame, and so far the Hawks have not been able to score. Here's Green now at the Hawk blue line, dropping the puck back in the Hawk zone. Vlasic between the circles. Put it ahead at center ice, Mikheyev, who deflects the puck down into the Penguin end, but Carlson took the puck away. Carlson between the circles now. He's content to hold the puck. He's in no hurry. His team leads by 4 goals.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks only one shot to this point, a little over halfway through the third period. Shots 37-16 in favor of the Penguins.
Vlasic and Brazeau battle against the inboards. Vlasic wins the puck. Passing up the left wing to Mikheyev. Rink wide pass for Crevier. Runs into a hip check from Solovyov, but dumps the puck down behind the Penguin net. And Shea will stick it around up the right wing side. Crosby, center ice. Sends Raquel over the Hawk line. Top of the left circle. Back to Brazeau. Cutting toward the net. He couldn't handle the pass. Crosby got the puck back behind the net. Put it around out to the near point. Ilya Mikheyev runs into Ryan Shea, and the puck deflects down ice into the Penguin end. Here's Crosby, Penguin blue line. He'll take a pass and move it ahead to Raquel over the Hawk line down the left wing side. Cuts in front and fires, and a stick save made by Soderblom.
Well, another really good save by Soderblom.
The tank from the right circle. Drops the puck to Malkin behind the net. Malkin is run into by Murphy there. Frees himself, put it to the right corner. Crosby, the Letang high slot. He sent it over, and a shot from the left wing circle by Chinakhov hit the side of the post. On the high slot, Letang to Malkin down the slot. He turns his stick sideways to deflect that puck over the net. Mikheyev in the far corner, passing to Murphy between the circles. Stripped of the puck by Chinakhov. Chinakhov now top of the right circle. He'll drop it back to Letang. A one-timer. Shoulder save made by Soderblom. Mikheyev, in kind of an act of disgust, snaps the puck down ice into the Penguin zone. Not far enough for an icing, but far enough for the Hawks to get a line change.
And the Pittsburgh Penguins just make so many smart little plays. You know, a lot of really good chemistry out there. Obviously, a lot of these guys have played with each other for a number of years, but just smart hockey players.
There's Letang firing from the right point. Deflected on goal by Novak. Turned out of there. Back the other way, Teravainen to center ice, right wing side. Sent the puck high down the glass behind the Penguin net, around into the near corner. Ryan Donato pokes it back in behind the net, taken away by Kulak. Then the Pens turn the puck over, and then Teravainen misplays it back over the blue line to center ice. Hawks get the puck back in their end, however. Kaiser lead past Doc over the Penguin line. Left circle. Fires. Hit the post. Moore got the rebound. He'll fire from the slot. That was blocked. Donato got the puck back in behind the net. Had his stick lifted off of it in the near corner by Kindle. McGroarty takes the puck to the Penguin blue line, then drops it deeper into the Penguin zone to Parker Wotherspoon. Send it over to Eric Carlson. Made a lead pass to the Hawk line for Kindle. That play broken up by Vlasic, who then poke checks the puck down to the Penguin blue line. Steve Conroy and John Weideman here in Pittsburgh. Blackhawks trailing the Penguins 5-1. Moore enters the Penguin zone, tried to toss it off to Green, taken away by the Pens. McGroarty into the Hawk zone left wing side, sent the puck in front of the Hawk net, and Vlasic pokes it out of there to the corner. Mantha got the puck back behind the net. Worked out to the right point to Carlson. He sends it left point to Wotherspoon. Shot it across the rink along the right wing boards. Here's Ben Kindle. Kindle moving back to his blue line, sent it over left wing side. Ryan Shea closing in a fire that goes over the net, around the glass, but held in with a nice play at the right point by Wotherspoon. And he turned the puck over. Vlasic sent it into Moore, deflecting it to the Penguin blue line. The Hawks go for a line change. They get caught. Blake Lizotte takes a pass into the Hawk zone and fires. And that goes wide off of a last-second deflection along the right wing boards. Now this is Dewar. He'll stick it in behind the Hawk net. Leshinoff there to Dickinson Hawk line. He'll backhand the puck to the Penguin blue line, and the Hawks again try to get a line change. Lizotte into the Hawk zone, top of the right circle. Sent it across from the slot. Achari with a backhand, turned out by Soderlund. Loose puck in front. They score. And now Levshinoff and Noel Achari take exception to one another. And Levshinoff pokes Achari in the face. The two of them joust hand in glove style. And the linesmen jump in to try and separate everybody. This all happening with 6:01 left in the third. It's now 6-1 in favor of the Pens.
And a lot of pressure from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Unfortunately for Arturs, make that Arvid Soderblom. He made 2 stops. He couldn't make the third, and he didn't get any help out front from any of his defensemen or forwards. And I'm not too sure who eventually ends up with this goal. It might be Achari.
I think it's going to be Blake Lizotte.
Oh, there you go. Blake Lizotte, you're right. Blake Lizotte was there's literally 3 guys in the blue paint.
You know what?
And it actually looks like it's coming from the far side. I don't even think he knows he scored it. That might have been Connor Dewar. Was that Dewar again? Yes, that was Connor Dewar.
I was wrong. All right.
Yeah, Connor Dewar ends up scoring that goal, but there was a massive humanity in front of Arvid Soderblom. Nothing he could do. He made the first 2 stops, but he couldn't make the third one. And eventually, it's Pittsburgh who scores on their 41st shot. 6-1 the score.
So for Connor Dewar, that's his second of the game, 13th overall. Makes the score 6-1. We're going to take a break. 5:54 left in the game. 6-1 Penguins. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The Lisa Dent Show, weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
What do the Blackhawks and United Airlines have in common? The next generation has arrived, and the future looks bright. New planes are joining the United Airlines fleet every week, decked out with Bluetooth connectivity, screens and power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to fit everyone's carry-on. Book your next trip on the United app or United.com today. United Airlines, proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Hey, Chicago fans, when the game's on the line, there's no time to waste.
Same goes for selling your house. At Jeff Buys Your House, we make it fast, easy, and stress-free.
No drawn-out showings, no waiting for months on the market.
Just a fair cash offer from a veteran-owned company that puts people first.
Don't let the clock run out. Choose the trusted source. Visit jeffbuysyourhouse.com and score your easy offer today.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Troy Murray. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing, the #1 premium composite decking brand, tough enough to handle anything. It looks like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industrial-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Jiffy Lube's quick, quality 15-minute oil change service means your car will be ready before you know it. You'll find yourself saying, already ready? With Jiffy Lube, you'll be in and out in a jiffy.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, where the Pittsburgh Penguins hold a 6-1 lead over the Chicago Blackhawks. They led 5-1 after 2. Connor Dewar just scored a goal not too long ago to make it 6-1. And if you're joining us late, Nick Foligno only got a couple of shifts in this hockey game, as Charlie Roumeliotis pointed out between periods. That happened early in the first period, and making a noticeable difference, I think, with his presence. Of course, he missed 6 weeks earlier this year for the Blackhawks. The team just didn't seem to be the same without him. He came back, and right now, only 2 shifts early in the first period, and he is still not on the bench.
On that game you spoke of earlier in the season, he blocked a shot and left the ice and didn't come back for the period of time you spoke of. And you're right, the team, I believe they did play differently with him out of the lineup. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but as I recall, it was a stark difference in the wins and the losses and the trends anyway. So 6-1 in favor of the Penguins now as we rejoin the play. Connor Bedard with a puck over the Penguin line. Right circle, stopping. Toe drags, fires. He scores! Well, Connor made that look kind of easy. As he skated into the Penguin zone, he backed the defense off. They just sort of disappeared. Connor stopped, took a second, did a little toe drag, and snapped it into the top shelf. 6-2.
And with that goal, it's time to bring out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal this season with El Bandito Yankee Tequila, and that was classic. Connor Bedard, patience with the puck, great stick handling, and what a shot. Oh, that just in and out before anyone really knew it. The referee, though, was right there, and Connor Bedard scores the goal. He had one empty net goal. In the 9 previous games, he'd been back from the shoulder injury. He did have 1 goal, but it was an empty netter. That was all him. A great shot, and 6-2 the score.
So for Connor Bedard, that's number 21 on the season. Makes the score 6-2 with 5:20 left in period number 3. At the Hawk blue line, Ryan Donato plays the puck back into the Hawk zone to Matt Grzelcyk. The pass up the left wing, Donato center ice. He dumps it over to the right wing corner, Penguin zone. Solovyov is hit there by Colton Dock. Fins off the check, moves it ahead. Novak at center ice, sticks the puck down the left side boards behind the Hawk net. Soderblom out to play it to the near corner to Grzelcyk. And that's into his skates, but the puck banks over to Murphy. Passing up the left wing, here's Donato. Crossing the Penguin line on the left wing side. Runs into fellow Bay Stater Ryan Shea, but works the puck free to the left wing corner to himself. Back past the Kaiser left point. He fires. Oh, and that hits Shea up high. He goes down. Loose puck in front of the net. Ryan Green fires. That's turned aside. Puck slides out to the line off a deflection. Kaiser put it down to Dock, right circle, leaving it for Green. He fires, and a blocker save made by Sheloffs, and the puck deflects up into the protective netting. 4:30 remains in the game. The Penguins lead 6-2. Come back for the conclusion, if you will, right after this break. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Heart surgery is no one's dream of retirement. I'm Beverly, and at 79, my cardiology team at Northwestern Medicine worked together to identify and replace a diseased valve in my heart without open heart surgery. Even better, I would be back on my feet in just days.
With access to the top heart and vascular program in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report for 18 years, the nurses, cardiac surgeons, and cardiologists at Northwestern Medicine's Central DuPage Hospital are experts in non-surgical options for patients with aortic valve disease like Beverly. Using a catheter, her team inserted her new valve, then inflated a small balloon to secure it in place. Almost immediately, blood flow was restored.
Thanks to my wonderful team, I'm enjoying the retirement I had always dreamed of.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Hey, it's Connor Murphy. We're back. Time for more Blackhawks hockey.
Well, thanks, Connor. He is one of the goals tonight. Connor Bedard with the other goal, John, and you pointed it out earlier. He had not scored against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yep.
One of only 4 teams in the NHL he had not scored against, the others being Toronto, Buffalo, and Washington. So scratch another one off the list. And how about this? Tonight, career game number 799 for Connor Murphy, who scored tonight. Career game number 799 for Teuvo Teravainen, who scored in the last game. And it's also game number 399 for Ilya Mikheyev. So all 3 of those guys should be playing some pretty historic games tomorrow against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
A couple milestones we'll be sure to share with our listeners. All right, so back to the play at center ice. Teravainen tries to whack the puck into the Penguin zone from their blue line. Connor Bedard ends up with the puck, put it back to Grzelcyk in the Hawk zone along the left side boards. Sends it rink wide to Murphy. He'll angle a pass ahead for Bedard. This is off his stick blade and down in front of the Penguin net. Soloviev there to get it. Send it behind the net to Shea. Passing up the left wing to Dewar at center ice, then to Lizotte. He's down the left wing of the Hawk zone. Gave up the puck to Murphy, however, behind the Hawk net. Murphy to Grzelcyk, far corner. Head to Nazar, center ice. To Teravainen coming by with a Penguin line. To Bedard, surrounded by 5 Penguin players, but manages to keep the puck away from all 5 of them. He put it down the boards. It's picked off now by Carlson, who lifts the puck ahead to center ice to Dewar. He'll send it into the Hawk zone. And Vlasic sent it ahead to Bedard at center. He'll flip it down to Crevier beside the Hawk net. Crevier passing to Teravainen at center ice. Back to Vlasic, Hawk zone, over to Crevier. To Moore at the Hawk blue line. He'll drop it back to Vlasic again. Head to Green, left wing at the Penguin blue line. He deflects the puck into the Pens end. Carlson will just lift it just a skosh over the blue line to center. And Moore took it back over to Crevier, Hawk line. Then a pass for Burakovsky down the right wing into the Penguin zone. He fights off a check. Burakovsky put the puck in behind the Penguin net. Ryan Green tried a backhanded centering attempt. Carlson took it away. And then Burakovsky takes the puck back on the right sideboard to Moore right wing corner. He'll stick the puck behind the net, left wing corner, Ryan Green. Green carrying up the boards, made a behind the back pass. It's picked off by McGroarty of the Penguins, and he lifts it down ice into the Hawk end. Hawks will regroup again. Vlasic in between the circles. Hawk zone will hold the puck as the Hawks complete a line change. There's Vlasic moving out, passing over to Murphy, right wing side in front of the benches of center ice. He sticks it into the Penguin zone, but Raquel took the puck away. He sent it ahead to Justin Brazo at center ice. He'll send it down in on Soderblom, who turned it away with the stick. And in the left wing corner, Murphy battling with Raquel of the Penguins. A puck taken by Crosby, who fired from near the corner. And this deflects up into the netting and out of play. We're down to 2:13 left in the game. Still 6-2 in favor of the Pens.
Well, should the Pittsburgh Penguins go on to win this game, and it looks like they will, 6-2 with 2:13 to go. Turning point in their season was that win, that big win in Chicago. 7-3? 7-3, the final score. But, John, since that time, they are 12-2-2. So they have picked up points in 14 of the 16 games they have played since then. And we haven't even seen Stuart Skinner. He's been a big part of the winning of late. Shelov's done a real good job, too. But, this team, I just like the way they play. They play a smart hockey game.
And Stewart came here to Pittsburgh, lost his first 3 games, and since that time, he's played very well. As a shot comes in from Letang from the right point, that's gobbled up by Soderblom. He'll hold for the whistle, and a face-off the circle was left. But in his last 8 games, Stuart Skinner, Steve, 7-1, and his goals against, he only allowed 13 goals in that time. His goals against is less than 1.5.
It's amazing.
If you can believe it.
Yeah, in the first 3 games, he allowed 12 goals, so, his average was at 4.0, and then after that, it just, I think 5-6 of those wins, he only allowed 1 goal in each of them.
I questioned that trade from the beginning. I'm still questioning it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure either side, so I'll just stop right there.
Well, just think of the pressure on Stuart Skinner, because you're under a microscope in Edmonton. He's from Edmonton. He grew up there. He played his junior hockey in Edmonton. It was hockey 24/7 for him. And you mentioned he went to the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row. That's unbelievable for any goaltender. So I think this was a welcome breath for him, a welcome breath of fresh air, a relief, really. And I think, you mentioned those first 3 games. Once he got settled into being in Pittsburgh, he got his family here. It was post-Christmas. he started to feel a lot better, and he started to play a lot better.
Take it a step further, Steve, as we approach the 1 minute left in the game mark. If Stuart Skinner enters the playoffs with this Penguins team, he could very well put them on his back and carry them for maybe a couple of different playoff series victories. You just never know.
I totally agree. He's got the experience, and they've got the experience up front, too, with guys like Malkin and Crosby and Letang on the back, and even Erik Karlsson to a certain extent. So I wouldn't want to play these teams in the first round of the playoffs, I can tell you that.
30 seconds left in the game. Novak at the right point, crossing through the high slot with a puck. Put it over in the left wing circle. Yegor Chinakhov there. Put it to the line, Malkin, leaving it for Chinakhov. He'll skate it over toward the right point, drop it off to Shea. 19 seconds left. Shea sent it down toward the Hawk net. This is picked off by Oliver Moore. Malkin took the puck back, put it beside the net. And Novak couldn't walk out in front and get a shot away. Ryan Donato takes the puck away with 8 seconds left in the game. Donato into the Penguin zone, down the right wing to the corner with 4. Darts in behind the net, put it around to the near corner to Doc, and that's how the game will end. So the mom's trip is over. Hawks are only able to get 1 out of a possible 4 points. Losing here tonight in Pittsburgh to the Penguins 6-2. And on the season series, the Penguins have swept both games, outscoring the Blackhawks in the season series 13-5. So we'll see what happens next year. But this one goes to the Penguins. They win to improve their record overall to 27 wins, 14 losses, and 11 shootout losses or overtime losses. The Blackhawks, unfortunately, now meanwhile fall to 21, 24, and 9. Hawks will be back in action tomorrow night at the United Center against the Columbus Blue Jackets. We'll tell you more right after we take this break. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings could up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hi, this is Dave Musil, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, and I want to guarantee you a breakdown-free winter. Did you know that a dirty furnace costs more to operate and can lead to higher utility bills and untimely breakdowns? Now is the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up and save $50. A Four Seasons furnace tune-up includes a 35-point inspection, complete cleaning, and we calibrate every component of your furnace. So call today.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
What matters most when choosing a financial partner? Great rates? Confidence your financial data is secure? Being treated like more than just an account number? Consumers Credit Union delivers all that and then some. As a not-for-profit credit union, their focus is on you, not profits through fees or less personal service. They're in your corner, helping you reach your goals every step of the way. Join today and become a part owner. Your success is their success. Learn more at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is John Williams, weekdays 10 to 2 on WGN Radio. Back to Blackhawks hockey.
We're back to Pittsburgh. John Weideman and Steve Conroy for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. They were playing at the 5-minute mark. I meant to get this in, folks, but the boys were playing, and I felt like I had to describe the action, so I didn't get a chance to get to it. At 5 minutes left in the game, time to honor our sponsor, Take 5 Oil Change. Take 5, the stay in your car 10-minute oil change. Well, 6-2, the Penguins win here tonight pretty decidedly. It was a 4-minute stanza, 4-minute span of time late in that second period, Steve, where they took control of the game. At the time, it was 2-1 in favor of the Penguins, and the Blackhawks were right in that game. I mean, a break here and there. We're looking at a 2-2 score in a different hockey game, but the Penguins took control. 3 goals in the span of 4 minutes, and the Blackhawks just couldn't recover.
Yeah, and kind of self-inflicted wounds, too. Even the second goal, when they went up 2-1, there was 3 different Blackhawks who could have done something differently with the puck inside their own end. So puck management, certainly a concern there. The 3-1 goal, kind of a long shift for the Blackhawks. I thought Tyler Bertuzzi might have been able to get the puck deep in that play. He didn't. It ends up coming back the other way. Chinakhov ends up scoring. So, you know, that's what happens when you're a young team and you make mistakes. A lot of times it's going to end up in the back of your net, and it did tonight. You don't always have to play perfectly, but you have to manage the puck a little better. They didn't. I felt bad for Arvid Soderblom, who I thought played really well in the first period, even parts of the second period too.
Yeah.
Excellently, but just didn't have enough support, enough help back there, because he was seeing grade A chance after grade A chance, and ultimately he allowed 6 goals.
Speaking of concerns on the part of the Blackhawks, their captain Nick Foligno went off after 2 shifts. He was 2 for 2 in faceoffs, by the way, but he went off after 2 shifts. And I know he desperately like to play in the game tomorrow night. Columbus Blue Jackets, that's his old team. He was captain there. He got into the playoffs. You know what kind of quality guy Nick Foligno is. He'd love to be on that ice, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see, but I would think that it's kind of serious because he did not play, just as you mentioned, the 2 shifts, and Charlie pointed it out. I should have realized that because on the second unit power play, Colton Dock was out there. That's typically Nick Foligno on that second unit power play. So, unfortunately, the power play did not connect tonight either. Not that would have changed things terribly, but you'd like to get a little bit of momentum there. They did have some good looks on the power play, but they did. Still came up 0-for.
And by the way, on the subject of special teams, the penalty kill again did the job against a very good Pittsburgh Penguin power play. The Pens only got 1 power play, but the Hawks killed it. And so the penalty killing expertise, let's just say, continues. We'll see if the Hawks can pull it off tomorrow night against a very good power play team in the Columbus Blue Jackets. That'll be a challenge.
Yeah, that will. And they're on a bit of a heater right now. They won 6 of the last 7 games. They've got a new coach behind the bench, kind of a new feeling there. So don't take them lightly. It's